And by MVP, we mean most valuable parent. Like all of us, the parents of high school athletes tend to protect their children from adversity, or they overly involve themselves by advocating for their success. But when they do, they're negating the value of participating in high school sports. Among other lessons, high school sports teach teenagers to take nothing for granted, how to overcome obstacles, and that an extraordinary commitment of time and effort is required in order to reach goals and experience achievement. High school sports also encourage independence and self-sufficiency, attributes that are needed to be successful in life. It's natural for parents to love their children, and it's important to support them in as many ways as possible. With this in mind, here are 6 easy ways that you can be the MVP of your child's high school team. Number 1, attend your children's games as often as possible. Nothing demonstrates interest and involvement more than being there. And be sure to invite Grandma and Grandpa to come along with you. Number 2, cheer for all the kids on the team, not just your own. Here's a test for you. Do you know all of the players on your child's team? Could you say hello to them by their first name? Embracing the entire team is a great way to show that your interest is sincere. Number 3, be a resource for your child's team. Does a teammate need help with transportation? Is the team trying to raise money for new uniforms? Is someone needed to organize a pizza party before the tournament starts? Maybe you can help. Number 4, try not to criticize the coach or the officials in front of your child. Hey, you're human, and there may be times when you need to vent. But be careful when and to whom you do it. Criticizing the coaching staff undermines its credibility and tends to put your child in the middle. And games are seldom won or lost because of an official's call. Remember, coaches and officials are objective. Most parents are not. Empower your child to talk with the coach about concerns. Everybody wants more playing time, and understandably so. But encourage your children to have that conversation with their coaches instead of you doing it for them. Giving teenagers the confidence and conviction to speak up for themselves is one of the greatest benefits of participating in high school sports. Number 6, focus on the life lessons your children are learning, not on win-loss records or how many points they're scoring. According to the NC2A, only about 2% of all high school athletes win a sports scholarship, and the average value of it is less than $11,000. But every child will benefit from the lessons they've learned as a result of participating in high school sports for the rest of their lives. It's difficult being the parent of a high school athlete. There's far more emotion and social pressure involved than is ideal. But if you follow these 6 pointers, not only will your children love and respect you, but so will their teammates and coaches. And you might even be named MVP. Thank you for your support of high school athletics in Indiana. Stay tuned now. The Indiana SRN game is next. Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Good evening, and welcome to we are City Conference match the Kona Christian Warriors. $74 last week, a little 64 today. It was pretty good. I had my nachos, I had my hot dogs. I'm ready to go. Should be a good game. Roncalli and Kona Christians are on a roll here. Good ball game. 3-1 in the conference. They played also the
Well, good evening and welcome to Warrior Park for Circle City Conference Baseball. It is the Indiana SRN Game of the Week as the Roncalli Rebels travel to Warrior Park to take on the Covenant Christian Warriors. I am Sean Kroll along with Keith Myers. Thank you very much for joining us. The Rebels come in at 8-3, 3-1 in the Circle City Conference. Covenant Christian comes in at 5-6. 3-3 in the conference, but Keith coming off a huge 2-game sweep of number 5 ranked Heritage Christian.
Also, Covenant Christian playing very, very well here. They got the city draw today. They are second, the 4th seed in the city tournament, playing very, very well. Andy's liking how they're hitting the ball. Hitting the ball 19-9 the last time we were here, and scored 6 runs in that bottom of the 5th inning to score to get that 10-run rule. Heritage Christian, not a bad ball club, but you look at the conference. This conference belongs to 2 teams right now, either Roncalli or Garin Catholic. Chittard could be the sleeper, and then Covenant Christian still can make some noise here, but the 2 top dogs are Roncalli and probably Garin Catholic.
And they have yet to play. Roncalli has swept Brebeuf, and they have split with Chittard, whereas Covenant Christian, we talked about the fact that they swept Heritage Christian, they split with Brebeuf and got swept by Chittard. So a couple of big games coming up here today and tomorrow, I believe, for these 2 squads as they fight for Circle City Conference dominance. But again, these are teams that they might see each other again in the city tournament with a Heritage Christian and a Bishop Chittard.
Well, yeah, and you look at the conference tonight, Heritage Christian taking on Garin Catholic. Chittard has to take on Brebeuf. So this conference night is going to be pretty loaded. We'll try to keep you updated on those scores because everybody's watching because at the end of the year they're going to do a conference tournament, which we're involved with. Indiana SRN involved in it. We're pretty excited about that. So it should be a fun game. Coach Kroll is very happy with his ball club, and they're playing very well. They hit the ball, and they'll run.
Hey, by the way, no relation. It's spelled different, just in case you were curious. But, you say that they hit, but last time we were here, the top 4 guys really, for Covenant Christian, Moran, Brackett, Pugh, and Collins just sprayed the ball all over the diamond and were the catalyst. 10 hits. I think it was 8 runs scored, quite a few RBIs. They took it to Heritage Christian's young pitching. We'll see what we get tonight in terms of the pitching from Max Lundy of Roncalli, but the bats were there for Covenant Christian.
Yeah, and you look at the Heritage, their defense as well. Brackett made some great plays in the hole. Third base played well, and their first baseman coming off an injury played very, very well. So, Covenant Christian's playing with pretty good confidence. They're pretty excited about what's going on.
It is interesting. You got a couple of additions in the starting lineup that we didn't have against Heritage Christian. You got Blaine Bradford, a sophomore, who is playing third base, and you got Brock Buckley, a freshman, playing second base in this big conference game. How are they going to be able to handle the big stage, so to speak, not just being in a conference game, but being on TV with us?
Yeah, webcast, the first thing was very funny. The guys go, we want to be on TV again tonight. Yeah, you're going to be on TV again tonight. Roncalli comes in, we're on TV. So both teams really excited. I know coaches love the fact that we're doing this, and we had some great numbers last week with the broadcast, and Riley has done a great job again. Jerry set up the cameras, and everybody's ready to play. It's a little cooler than it was, but we can see the monitor a little bit better tonight, so that's a better thing.
Yeah, we're interested to see. We're not up as high, so we'll get maybe a little better batter's eye view of terms of the balls and strikes from behind the dish as the umpires are set and Gossel's squad getting ready to come out and take infield before this game. But this is the time of year as the season's kind of winding down, as school's winding down. After this week, there's only 4 weeks of school left for most schools. This is the time you really want to get rolling because sectionals are coming, and you want to see where you kind of end up in that draw to see if you can get down to Victory Field.
Here's something for you. Jacobs Gossel, today's his birthday. You know how old he is? He's 14 today.
14.
Does that tell you anything?
He was born 30 years and 1 day after my wife because her birthday was yesterday.
He also, Indiana SRN is how old with Heritage, with Covenant Christian?
11?
13.
13. That says something right there.
There you go. So could be, as the umpires are meeting the coaches out at home plate, Andy Gossel already had infield.
He did?
So,
okay.
We're about ready for the first pitch.
This is going to be very exciting. We can give you the lineups brought to you by the Morales Group. It is the Morales Group pregame show here on Indiana SRN. We will give you the lineups after a break here on the Indiana SRN Game of the Week from Covenant Christian High School.
On behalf of the administration, faculty, students, family of Covenant Christian High School, we welcome you to Warrior Park Circle City Conference Contest. Please welcome Roncalli High School. In the spirit of sportsmanship, we ask that all fans act with responsibility and courtesy to those around you. Abusive language or disorderly conduct.
And we are back here at Warrior Park on the campus of Covenant Christian High School. You can see the two coaches, Coach Kroll and Coach Gossel, going over the ground rules with the umpires as we get set for this Circle City Conference matchup between two good baseball squads. We'll bring you the lineups again, brought to you by the Morales Group. They are the sponsors of the pregame show here on Indiana SRN. For the visiting Rebels, leading off and playing catcher, number 17, Brian Keeney. Hitting second and playing right field, number 12, Ryan Henry. Playing first base, hitting third, number 24, Alex Stroud. Batting cleanup, wearing number 2, the shortstop, Cole Beckman. Hitting fifth and playing left field, number 14, John Troxel. Hitting sixth and playing center field, number 5, Tommy Hansen. Hitting seventh, DHing for, I believe it is the pitcher, Max Lundy, is Will Shetley. Batting eighth and playing second base, number 19, Corbin Fath. Rounding out the lineup, wearing number 9 and hitting in the 9 hole, number 9, obviously, playing third base, Nathan Gramman. There are your Rebels: Keeney, Henry, Stroud, Beckman, Troxel, Hansen, Shetley, Fath, and Gramman. For your Covenant Christian Warriors, coached by Andy Gossel. Leading off and catching, number 1, Brennan Moran. Hitting second and playing shortstop, number 24, Jake Brackett. Pitching and hitting third, number 33, Darian Pugh. The cleanup hitter is their first baseman, number 19, Cam Collins. Playing third base and hitting fifth, we just talked about him, that sophomore, number 13, Blaine Bradford, followed by the freshman playing second base and hitting sixth, number 20, Brock Buckley. Hitting seventh, the right fielder, number 24, Alex Coleman. The DH, we saw him a little bit at first base last week, number 18, Jack Hensley. And rounding out the lineup, hitting number 9 and playing center field, number 12, Nick Wilson. There's your lineup: Moran, Brackett, Pugh, Collins, Bradford, Buckley, Coleman, Hensley, and Wilson. On the bump, Darian Pugh for Covenant, Max Lundy for Roncalli.
Dimensions of Warrior Park is 380 in left and right field, 400 in deep center. There is some gaps, and the ivory is a beautiful green today. The diamond is dressed very nicely, as the grounds crew did a great job tonight. And the grounds crew, of course, is the team, and Andy Gossel. See right in the middle of home plate as the two umpires have had their meeting with the coaches, and we're about ready to set for the national anthem as we're ready to play. Let's take a real quick look at the 2A poll, 1 through 10. You have Hagerstown number 1, Wenamac 2, Lafayette Central Catholic 3, Alexandra 4, Monroe Central 5, South Adams 6, Union County 7, Linton Stockton 8, Cass 9, and Southridge 10. Again, Southridge has only played 5 games so far. They're 2-3, but they are the defending state champions. They have made some noise here lately. Who's out of the top 10, Heritage Christian has dropped from 5 all the way down to 15th, Sean, and that's what 2 losses does for you very quickly.
That will definitely do it to you, especially losing 2 to an unranked team like Covenant Christian. That will drop you in the polls. But we know that the Eagles will always be back. It's a good program. They'll be fine. This Circle City Conference is a great baseball conference, Keith.
Yeah, a lot of people think it's the best conference in the state of Indiana. There's no one better. And, I talked to some people yesterday as I got to go to Heritage Christian yesterday, watch them play Cecina as we're getting ready for our city coverage. And a lot of people think it's the best conference in the state from top to bottom.
That would not surprise me in the least. There's a lot of story programs that we've got as we are watching the Warriors get introduced onto the field. When we were last week, we saw Gossel behind the plate and then got pulled a little late as Moran came in from the infield to play catcher. Moran starting in catcher, as this is a really big game for Covenant Christian. They could really position themselves well come tournament time for the Circle City Conference. So I imagine that's why Pugh is starting and why Moran is behind the dish.
Let's talk also as the city draw was done today, and we'll have that bracket for you on our social media. But the 4 seeds, number 1 seed is Chittard, number 2 Cathedral, number 3 Ritter, number 4 Covenant Christian. He rounds off the top 4. We will have the semifinals for the girls and boys May 3rd. Now, here you go, folks. Mark your calendars. May 2nd, the Sports Zone. Live from Aspen Creek Grill. Thanks to Michael and that staff. And then on the 3rd, 4 games for you on Indiana SRN. The semifinals boys and the semifinal girls. And then the girls championship game on the 4th. And then the championship boys game live from Victory Field at 10.
All right. We will be back with baseball here on Indiana SRN. It's the game of the week.
Fast-moving business world. Effectively marketing your company takes hard work, creativity, and the right team. With over 40 years of experience, PIP has been enabling companies large and small to find success in achieving their business objectives. We understand the challenges our clients face. That's why we have a variety of print solutions suited to fit your every need. Whatever your printing request may be, from a quick turnaround on a company brochure for an upcoming trade show, a direct mail piece that needs to be designed, printed, and mailed, to complex marketing projects, PIP is sure to have the right print solution for you. Nothing grabs attention like a well-crafted sign. It can transform virtually any surface into an eye-catching experience, boosting your marketing appeal. From banners, posters, floor graphics, and window decals, to wayfinding and yard signs. We not only help with sign design and getting it installed, we also integrate them into your overall marketing strategy, designed to help you win. PIP also provides best-in-class integrated marketing solutions to help you make the most out of your next campaign. Our approach to marketing ensures that your strategy is seamlessly executed across all media, online and offline, so your business always looks its best. At PIP, we understand it takes a team to achieve business growth, and that's why we're here to help. Get to know PIP and let us make your world a better place.
Back at Warrior Park on the campus of Covenant Christian High School, it's the Indiana SRN Game of the Week. Thank you very much for joining us along with Keith Myers. I am Sean Kroll. You can see the Warriors taking the lineup as they are set to take on the Roncalli Rebels here in Circle City Conference action. On the mound is Darian Pugh for the Covenant Christian Warriors. Keith, it's really interesting. He's got the shades on. Is that an attitude thing, or is that?
I think Pugh is just a joke, and not be making fun of him. I just think he does some things kind of wacky, and he's set in his ways. He wears sunglasses when he plays in the infield, so why not wear it? I mean, if they're not distracted, you can throw strikes. Hit away.
That is true. Top of the lineup here for Roncalli, as you can see Coach Gossel set. You can tell the coaches understand how the weather is. He's got a little turtleneck going on underneath there, as the players sometimes are superstitious, and you see especially Pugh on the mound and Buckley at second base, going with no short sleeves. They don't care that it's cold. Once you get playing, you get rolling. But if you're sitting in the dugout the whole time, you got to get a little warmer there.
How about the stirrups on Coach there?
Oh, you got to love the stripes
Gotta
going
love
with
it.
the stirrups.
Coach
Old
Dennis Schindley in his attire.
There
He'll whip out his gloves before
Yes.
too, because he's definitely get cold very quickly.
He used to be an indoors refereeing.
Yep.
So again, Pugh pitched. He started last time against Covenant Christian here on Indiana SRN. Lasted 3 innings, I believe. Gave up about 7 runs, 6-7 runs. But the relief corps came through, shut down Heritage, and the bats kept going for the Warriors as they pulled off a 10-run victory in 5 innings, 19-9, leading off. As stepping up to the plate right now for Roncalli, their leadoff hitter, the catcher, Brian Keeney. You ready for this, Keith? Hitting .500 on the year, 5 doubles, 3 triples, 6 RBIs.
Not too bad.
He sets the table as the right-hand hitter steps to the plate. Nice off-speed pitch, 4-strike 1 from Pugh. Good start for the pitcher from Covenant Christian.
Yeah, you just want to start off and you want to get ahead of your hitters the whole entire night.
Right on the plate is Keeney. Ooh, a little bit low for ball 1. Nice pitch there. Again, we talked about this in our last game. That first batter, you really want to see where the strike zone is for the umpire.
Yep.
That's ripped into left field. Back goes Replogle, and that is way over his head. That's 2. They hit the cutoff man. He puts on the brakes. And now he's going to try for third if they can get him. And nice dive there by Bradford to try and get him. But the umpire called him safe. And it is a opening hit for Brian Keeney. We will decide whether or not that's a double or a triple here in just a second. But my goodness, what a close play at third. We'll go with a double and an error.
Head slide got him in safely. If he went feet first, I think he's out.
So now you've got nobody out and a man on third, infield playing in for Ryan Henry.
That was a hit drive.
He smoked it right up the gut as it goes. That's going to drop for a base knock. He's going to get an RBI. And it just like that, it's 1-0 Roncalli.
I tell you what, Covenant Christian having a hard time throwing the ball to the cutoff guy. That's the second guy they missed. And, Roncalli, they're not going to take many pitches, are they?
They are not, as Alex Stroud strides to the plate. The first baseman hitting .320 on the year.
Played a little bit of basketball.
Yeah, he's got 9 RBIs on the season so far. Runner on first, nobody out here. Early in the first, 1-0 Roncalli on Indiana SRN. Throw over to first. That's a nice move by Pugh there.
Yeah, that was a little bit close.
From the stretch is Pugh. Outside, gets by Moran. That's going to get by and go down to second. Will Henry on the wild pitch by Pugh.
Pugh off speed and was aiming for the outside corner. Threw it a little wide.
Just a bit outside.
Real quick, want to thank the athletic directors, of course, Andy Gossel and Dave Locke from Roncalli, working with us, getting all the stats and information for us. Thank you very much, guys.
Yes, sir. There's another rip. That's into left field, dropping quickly. It fell right in front of the Replogle, and it's going to get by him. That's going to score a run as Henry is in to score, and Stroud on his way to second. That's a tough play coming in. You got to decide whether to let it bounce in front of you or go after it. He didn't touch it, so it's not really an error, but, boy, that's a tough play to make.
And you look at that, and he's in the tweener, if you will. Didn't know what to do, and got right in front of it and just went right past him. And, on this ground, it's going to roll.
Yes, it is.
It's dry.
It is dry. And he does a great job. So now you've got 1 on, nobody out, 2 runs in, and Beckman is up. They're going to get him at first to ground out there. Your guy with the play there, Keith.
Yeah, Brackett did a nice job, set his feet, threw the ball, beat him by a step and a half.
And they held the runner at second. That's a big deal, too. So you've got 1 out runner on second for Troxel, the left fielder. 1 left-handed hitter so far. Very right-hand strong lineup. A little bit of an open stance for Troxel.
Ooh, nice pitch.
Pugh is throwing strikes. He threw a lot of pitches early against Heritage Christian, had trouble finding the strike zone. He's right around the zone now, but Roncalli, they're not laying off.
Yeah, defensively now you got to knock down some balls and got to stop the bleeding at 2.
Let your guys come up and swing the sticks themselves.
Nice.
Nice pick there by Moran. Evens the count at 1. It is the Kim Mountain Pest Control first inning here on Indiana SRN. Thanks to Kim Mountain Pest Control for sponsoring baseball on Indiana SRN. Ooh, that was a good pitch. Ooh, I can't believe they didn't check the swing on that one. He almost offered at it.
They did check late. It is a ball.
2-1 the count. Hey, we can see the lights on the scoreboard really well today, too, with the overcast. Inside, off the fist. Is Moran going to have a shot? Oh, it's just out of play. Does even the count at 2, however.
Well, if they moved the back to that about 15 feet, he would have got that ball.
That's easy. Just dig it up and move it,
Yeah.
right?
I don't know.
Talk to Andy about that, right?
Yep. Talk about sponsorship. If you'd like to help sponsor Indiana SRN, contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. We're getting ready for our fall schedule. We need you. Give us a call and send us an email. 317-507-3859 is our number, or our email is coach@indianasrn.org.
2-2 the count on Troxel. Oh boy, he turned so he didn't get hit and fouled it off. So kind of a lucky break in both fashions for the pitcher and the hitter. The count stays at 2.
Did a nice job opening up, though. He knew it was going to hit him, so he protected himself.
Troxel hitting 320 on the year, and that's ripped into right field, but that's going to find its way foul as they're fighting off some good pitches. Hansen on deck. 2-2 still the count on Troxel.
Big lead at second base.
Coming behind him is Buckley. That's Bradley, excuse me. No, it is Buckley. Bradford's at third. I'll get it.
There, that time was a timeout called very quickly. Good job by the umpire stopping that pitch in high.
A little high and inside, and the count is full. Payoff pitch here for Pugh as he needs an out, another out in the worst way. Do not want to put another runner on. Oh, got him low, and it's a base on balls. There's 2 runners on now with a 1 out, and Tommy Hansen, the center fielder, up to the dish. He's hitting 120, but does have 7 RBIs on the season, so he can knock in some runs. Another righty close to the plate. There's a good pitch right there for a strike. Boy, what do you want right here? You want a ground ball right to bracket, turn it over, get in the dugout, swing the bats. Yep.
6-4-3 would be nice right now.
And there's popped up in the air. Bracket's going out. Coming in is the center fielder as the wind breeze kind of takes it a little bit. And Wilson makes the catch for out number 2. F8 there in your scorebook if you're keeping it home.
That ball was right to the shortstop, which is way far out, and that ball traveled, wind caught.
Yes, it did. But 2 outs, 1 more, and they can get out of the inning, which they could really use here. There's already 2 runs in for the Rebels. Shetley, the DH, takes strike 1.
As a DH here, you want to look at your fat pitch, and you just want to drive the ball.
Yeah, he's 286 on the year. He's got 1 RBI. Oh, that's a good pitch to the curveball. 0-2. You kind of set him up now. You want to make sure and knock it down.
Great shot by the camera. You caught that right, hit the outside corner. Nice shot, guys.
0-2, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Already 2-0 Roncalli. Right back up the gut to the second baseman. Can he make the play at first? He can. Woo, boy. That was a close one. 4-3 on the putout, and that'll end the inning. However, you have 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 walk 2 men left on base at the end of half an inning. It's 2-0 Roncalli. Coming to Christian, coming to bat.
Boron Homes is proud to present Briar Creek. Beautifully landscaped and maintained, today's manufactured homes provide durable, state-of-the-art housing at prices you can afford. Enjoy the tax benefits of owning, including lower property taxes, combined with easy maintenance of renting. Briar Creek, it's truly unique. The only 55-plus manufactured home neighborhood in the Indianapolis area. Located just east of I-465 on Pendleton Pike, near Fort Harrison State Park. Visit Briar Creek today.
Back here at Warrior Park as Roncalli puts up a 2-spot in the top of the first. Coming at Christian, coming up against Max Lundy, the lefty for the Rebels. He comes in with a 2-0 record. He started 3 games. ERA, Keith, 1.27.
How about the whip?
28 strikeouts, whip of 0.86, but it's the 28 strikeouts in 22 innings that really is a huge thing. He's only given up 4 earned runs and only 4 walks. When you have a 7-1 strikeout to walk ratio, that's pretty darn good.
Yeah, that's not bad. I think I could take that.
You would? I think if I'm a coach, I would take that as well.
I think I could coach as a senior, and you got the senior leadership on the bump too. That's helpful. This is the first game of the series as they'll play tonight. They'll turn right around and play tomorrow at Roncalli. I do believe that's a 5 o'clock start tomorrow. We will not have that game for you. Don't forget that Indiana SRM will have the city semifinals for both boys and girls coming up in May 3rd. That's 2 weeks from Friday, so stay with us for that. The championship game, May 4th, as we have our broadcasters all set, ready to go, and you get to go to do baseball again for the 3rd year in a row. Huh?
I love it. It's the best thing.
It was either softball or baseball, so I needed it. I know where I needed to put you.
Brennan Moran leading off for Covenant Christian. Again, top of the order for the Warriors. Had a fantastic game last week here on our airwaves against Heritage Christian. You can see already that Grammon's playing on the grass at third, and he rips it. It's going to come down. And over to first is Beckman for the out. 1 pitch, 1 out. You got to like that if you're Roncalli.
How about setting the feet? Nice job by the shortstop, Beckman. Set his feet, gathered the ball up. And if you're watching at home, he watched the ball go into his glove. You taught your kids that as you coached. That's just routine right there.
It is. Beckett up at the dish now. A little bit of an open stance. Righty against the lefty. Heavy right-handed lineup probably today for the Warriors as that pitch is inside for a ball.
Brackett's played all 4 years here at Covenant Christian. We've seen him since his freshman year. He's done a great job.
They grew up before our eyes, Keith.
Yep.
2-0. That one's in the dirt. Unlike the major leagues, they continue to play with it, though.
We don't go through 16 dozen baseball.
No. There's a good pitch.
Nice.
Ripped. Off the end of the bat, though. Grammon up with it with the throw over. That was a tough one, boy. Right off the end of the bat. Couldn't get quite enough on it. And 2 up, 2 down quickly for Lundy, and that'll bring up Pugh.
You know, Roncalli's had a tradition of being very good at baseball, and it's fundamentally, it started a long time ago with John Wirtz and continues with Coach Kroll. Does a nice job with his kids, and they know where to go, where the ball is hit to them. They know right where to go.
First pitch to Pugh into left field. He hit it the opposite way a lot.
Got him.
The wind got it. Did he get it? And they're going to say it is down, and into second is Pugh with a double. Boy, that wind's playing havoc with the outfielders there, Keith.
Yeah, the outfielder, I thought he almost caught the ball, dropped right there, and the home plate umpire seeing the wide of the ball. Nice job by both umpires communicating, and nice hustle. Got a double out of it.
He thought he caught it too because he's like, where is it? It was underneath of him. So you got a runner in scoring position for Cam Collins, and Covenant could really use a crooked number here after the 2 spot by Roncalli in top of the first. Lundy from the stretch. What a good curveball.
Paint the corner of the plate. Man, oh man.
0-1 the count.
You know, I pitched, and I could never do that.
You pitched?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I was good.
We're not talking about, like at the carnival pitching out of play to the right side. 0-2 the count.
I pitched for a couple years. I was pretty good. Had an ERA about 26.
Oh, okay. And that was in softball. Those girls lit you up, didn't they?
Well, I couldn't get the fastball over. Talk about girls softball. We'll talk about that next inning. I saw some good softball the other day. I tell you what, this conference has great softball.
Nice pitch on the outside part of the plate. That's going to get out of play. Nice job by Collins of fighting that off. That's a roof shot coming off.
You got Roncalli, you got Covenant Christian, and Chittard in this conference, and Guerin. And I tell you what, it's solid.
It is an excellent conference as Collins needs to do some work now. Down still 0-2. Fish aren't biting, folks, as he went out for it. Had to fight it off, had to protect the plate. And just like that, no runs, one hit, no errors, one left on base at the end of one. It's 2-0 Roncalli over Covenant Christian on the NSRN.
Creating comfort, fresh food made from scratch daily? Check out Aspen Creek Grill. Located across from Hamilton Town Center and beside the Holiday Inn, we offer family farm-raised premium Black Agnes steaks hand-cut daily, creamy pastas, salmon chicken, and fall-off-the-bone ribs. Start with our famous powwow shrimp appetizer, and don't miss our refreshing drinks. Family-friendly or a great night out with friends. Aspen Creek Grill. Aspen Creek Grill, Noblesville. Call 317-559-3300.
Back at Warrior Park, it is the Burtner Electric second inning here. Indian SRN Game of the Week. I'm Sean Kroll along with Keith Myers. At the end of one, Roncalli 2, Covenant Christian nothing. Good, strong inning, quick inning there by Max Lundy, Keith.
Yeah, it was a very good inning, and he went inside out, outside corner. I think the umpires like that outside corner because he caught a lot of strikes there. So it could be an interesting half inning here. If you're Covenant Christian, you want to go right back at the bat and shut them down quickly. You don't want them to get another 2 spot.
Well, the thing about the bottom of the lineup for Roncalli is these last 2 hitters, Fath and Graman, combined hitting under 200 combined. So you want to get 2 quick outs before you flip the lineup back over to Keeney at the top, who is hitting over 500 on the year. Pugh now back at it, and that's ripped, and just like that, the leadoff hitter's on as he rips one right over the third baseman's head. Takes a wide turn at first, but he'll stick there with a single. 1 pitch, 1 batter, 1 on base, and that'll bring up Graman. You got to wonder here, being in the 9th spot, Keith, if he may lay down a bunt to get him in scoring position for Keeney. Pugh again from the stretch.
Got our trivia question ready for the 4th inning.
All right. And he does bunt right back to Pugh. He's going to go to first. Sacrifice bunt for Graman. That will go 1-3. It's the first out.
Sean, you've coached this. With the bunt as front as it was, can you get that lead runner, or do you tell the kid, get the sure out? What's your philosophy there?
Well, it depends on how quickly you can get to the baseball and how much he deadened it. It was a really good bunt by Graman because it didn't even get halfway to the mound. So you just get the sure out and hopefully get Keeney here is in his second at-bat because he got you in the first with a double. That pitch is high for ball 1. Again, Keeney doubled and scored to lead off the game.
And to close that thought, that's the catcher's decision, correct?
Well, you could hear Coach Gossel yelling him to go to first. Okay. So being so close, the coach does that as well. Low and outside for 2 balls. And boy, 2-0 is not a count you want to be in against a guy that can stroke the ball like Keeney can. Again, he's now got 6 doubles on the year after his double in the first inning. Trying to hold the runner close. Ooh, fought off.
Man.
Good pitch there on the inside corner, and that one had to sting.
That's right off this handle.
He would have if that was a wooden bat, that'd have broke.
Yes. Oh, bring those back, please.
Keith, we talked about that last week.
No, bring them back.
It's cost. They do crowd the plate though. 2-1 the count on Keeney. Trying to deke him at second to keep him close. Off to the right side, but nice job by Pugh to fight back to the even count here of 2-2. Got to make a good pitch and try and get Keeney on his way back to the dugout with the runner still on second base. Of course, on deck is Ryan Henry, who singled and scored as well in the first. Good breaking ball. Tough play.
Oh,
Can
Brackett
make the play, and Keeney's going to beat it out. Good stop by Collins to keep the runner at third. Boy, that was just off the glove of Bradford as he dove for it. That'll be a single for Keeney, but a good play by Brackett to try and get him. Couldn't quite do it. Fath to third, and now you got 2 runners on and 1 out for Henry coming to the plate. Again, 306 on the year. He's got 5 RBIs. He's their lone left-handed hitter in the lineup.
Watch the ball go opposite field here. He'll force the ball opposite field.
Up and outside for a ball
heat
win. Yeah, I had a little juice on it.
Our home plate Mike picked that up pretty well.
You definitely want a hard ground ball right at the middle of the infield here to try and turn a double play and get out of the inning.
Right back to Brackett again. That'd be nice.
We'll see what they can do here. There it is, but it's going to just – good play. Got it as it's a fly out to Buckley just off the end of the bat. Now there's 2 outs and 2 runners on, and you can get out of this inning with no runs. That's a huge win for the Warriors, Keith.
By the way, I just want to let you know, one of our fans talked to me the other day. They heard the Duck Snort, yeah, and they said, you know what, I learned something from your broadcast.
There you go.
He goes, whoever that Sean Crow is, he really knows baseball. You need to let him talk more. No, but
Stroud's up. He singled with an RBI. Oh, they got him picked off. You got to get this runner and not let the runner come home. They're coming home, and it's a bad throw. That is not what you wanted to do, and that is going to make Coach Gossel seethe as the error on Buckley.
you got to realize there's 2 outs, so you got to get that out.
Just get that runner, yeah. Fath scores. So 1 to 3 to 4 to 2. It's an error. And all the way to third goes Keeney now. And Stroud still has a chance to get another RBI.
Want to say hello to Debbie Myers, who's watching and listening tonight. Thank you, Debbie.
Got to hunker down here and get this out, as that is for a ball. You had him picked off. Now, explain a little bit there, Keith, about why they wanted to come home. If they would have continued to go with the runner in the run down.
If they didn't get the runner, that run scores. If that run scores before they get him out, that run counts.
That is laced
That's
down
gone.
the right field line. Nah, it's rolling up to the fence. It's going to be an RBI, and into second goes Stroud. And, boy, that comes back to bite the Warriors as it's an RBI double for Stroud. He's 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. And 2 doubles.
Going back to the rundown, if that rundown occurs and that young man scores, that run's going to count before they get the out.
Yeah, because it's different than a ground
Right,
ball.
exactly,
It's a
'cause
pickoff
it's not
play.
a force out.
Mm-hmm. It's not a force out, correct. Beckman now, he grounded out to short in the first. 4-0 Roncalli here in the top of the second. The SRN game of the week. Nice curveball there from Pugh.
You know, that's the second time Pugh's done that. They did that a couple times against Heritage last week, and this time it burned them.
Boy, Stroud's got really out in front of both those doubles and just pulled them down the line.
How about this?
Another good curveball. He's feeling the breaking ball tonight. He may come back with another one here.
How about this rotation of the infield? Look how far the second baseman is, but look at the first baseman.
Well, they played that against Heritage Christian some. It's very interesting playing him to pull.
Got it.
There it was. Backwards K in the book. However, 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, 1 left on base at the end of 1.5. It's 4-0 Roncalli over Covenant Christian on Indiana SRN.
Today's games brought to you by Shin Technology Service Corporation. Technology is about humans and not about machines. Dave and his crew has provided 27 years of software needs. Give them a call. Shin Technology Service Corporation. You may reach him by phone at 317-545-3650 or shintechnology.com. For more information, contact Dave, 317-545-3650.
Park. We are back here at Warrior Park. We're at the end of 1.5. It is 4-0 Roncalli, the top of the order, doing the damage for the Rebels, Keith. And, Covenant needs to get some guys on base and try and get things moving here against Max Lundy in the second.
Yeah, and you can't go small ball now. You got to be aggressive here. Don't you love working with me? It's fun, isn't it?
You keep us on our toes,
There you
Keith,
go.
that's for sure.
Hey, the city tournament again with Final Four coming up in May 3rd. If you would like to help us with that, please contact us, coach at indianasrn.org. Also, don't forget we're doing the Circle City Conference Softball Championships on, I do believe that's May 18th. Check the calendar there. A lot of things going on with Indiana SRN. Working on a football schedule, and training begins with our broadcasters next Monday. It's going to be a fun weekend, huh?
Oh, yeah. More time with you is always better, Keith.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
5, 6, and 7 coming to the plate for Covenant Christian. Blaine Bradford at the plate now as he faces Lundy. Right on the outside corner for strike one. He's got really good control, Keith.
Not only the fastball, but the off-speed pitch has been really pretty impressive. Only seen him this first inning. There's a pitch.
And that's one thing I think a lot of kids don't understand. Lundy's not rearing back and bringing it up at 95. If you've got control and you can keep hitters off balance, you can get guys out.
And you got to love your catcher because your catcher's got to be moving that glove for you, help you out a little bit.
Tried to get him to go outside, but fish ain't biting. 1-2, the count there. Nice job by Bradford. He got to protect, but he saw how far outside that pitch was.
That's good, smart.
Offer. Yes. Yep. There's a better one, but right to Beckman. Up and over to first, 6-3. First out of the inning, that'll bring up Brock Buckley.
I'm pretty impressed with Beckman.
He's good. It's a good shortstop. The name. You get Gordon Beckham and that's Beckman. See,
Okay.
Gordon Beckham, Beckman, Buckman. They're all related, right? Just like I'm related to Coach Kroll.
Hello to Steve McClure.
Brock Buckley got a good pitch to hit, but man couldn't.
Off the face mask of the umpire, and he didn't flinch. How about that? I'd be down on the ground right now.
They'd be trying to bring the smelling salts out to wake you up.
I would. I'd be rolling.
0-1 the count now.
Help me, mama.
On the outside corner. Woo, the outside corner's feeling good for this battery this evening.
Beauty.
0-2. You got to protect right now.
Off speed. Yep.
Tried to get him to offer at it, but he wouldn't go. 1-2 the count. This is one thing I don't think enough high schoolers learn to do, Keith, is you got to widen your stance, choke up on the bat, and just put it in play. Because good things happen when you put it in play. And he went after it. Strikeout. That's 2 strikeouts for Lundy. 2 up, 2 down here in the second.
What I like about that, he went off-speed pitch, then he went fastball, brought the juice.
Alex Coleman, the right fielder, coming to the plate now. And Covenant Christian needs runners. They need guys on the pond, as they say. Lundy with a good pitch right there. Coleman was hacking, but he took a little off of it. 0-1 the count.
Young men or young ladies, if you're watching, he's getting ahead on the count. That's what's made him successful.
Yes, it is. Tried to go outside corner a little bit too far out, and I wonder if our friend Steve McClure is excited about the series starting tonight in Chicago.
It's the
Cubs and the Dodgers.
Oh, my. I know what I'm going to do when I go home with you. I'll be sleeping.
You'll be asleep in the third inning, Keith. Ripped, and there's your first base hit of the evening by Alex Coleman right between short and third. And that will bring up, second hit, because Pugh had the play that Troxel had a tough time with that will be counted as a double. Hensley up now as the DH. He started as the DH last week against Heritage, then ended up playing some first base.
Yeah, he's got a good glove.
So you got a runner. You want to try and get him home. Wide open stance here for Hensley. Lefty comes set. Got the call. He knows he's going to get that outside corner, Keith, and he's going to paint it all night long.
Yeah, catcher does a nice job of calling that and sitting right there on the outside corner.
That's the sign of a good catcher. You know where the zone is. You put the glove there, and then the pitcher hits it. And because of that first strike, Hensley offers, and sure enough, It's 0-2. And that's the beauty of that. If you're going to paint that outside corner as it's coming there, the batter knows he's going to call us a strike. I got to offer it. So if it fades just a little bit, they got no shot.
Good point.
Back, and there you go. Back at it again, just like we said. And no runs on one hit, no errors, one left on base at the end of 2. It's 4-0 Roncalli over Covenant Christian on Indiana SRN.
Today's games brought to you by Shin Technology Service Corporation. Technology is about humans and not about machines. Dave and his crew has provided 27 years of software needs. Give them a call. Shin Technology Service Corporation. You may reach him by phone at 317-545-3650 or shintechnology.com. For more information, contact Dave, 317-545-3650.
It is the Indiana SRN Game of the Week here on the west side of Indianapolis. Covenant Christian hosting Roncalli in the Circle City Conference action. It is 4-0 Roncalli at the end of 2. 4-6-0 for Roncalli. 0-2-0 for Covenant Christian. As we get set for the top of the third, you have got 5, 6, and 7 coming to the plate for Roncalli, starting with John Troxel, the left fielder. He walked in the first inning.
Saturday, Little League Baseball begins in the state of Indiana and all over Little League everywhere. Pretty excited about that.
I know somebody who will be at the Diamond ready to play.
Who's that?
Graham Van Dievener.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Thad's coaching him. Did he offer? And he did offer. That's a strike one. Oh, yeah.
Thad's coaching baseball?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my.
He's coached him for a couple years
now.
now.
Yeah. Go get him, Graham.
I hear Graham is the Mike Trout of the Greenwood T-Ball League.
Okay.
Good pitch there. A little low.
Playing for the Cubs, or is he?
101. Yes, that's correct.
I figured he would. Uncle Sean's pretty happy about that, isn't he?
A little bit. Try to get outside, but Moran didn't set up outside. You know, and that's something, too, as a catcher, Keith, where you're set up. If it's a strike, but you're reaching across your body because you're set up too far
you're
inside,
not gonna get the pitch.
It doesn't look good. So that one did look good, but it was a little low, and now the count is 3-1. You see it in the big leagues all the time.
You going to take here, or you're going to hit a relay up 4-0?
What's that?
You going to hit it? Or you
3-1. You get a good pitch to hit, you're going to rip. He did, got caught. Pugh's going to grab it and toss it to Collins at first.
That's an excuse me strike.
Well, yes, it is 1-3, but 1 up and 1 down. That'll bring up Hansen. He flew out to center field in the first. He just wanted to give his fellow center fielder a little action tonight.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one that looked like, off the bat that Brackett might get it, and then the breeze took a hold of it and took it all the way out to Wilson. Pugh needs a clean inning here. That doesn't hurt, and they're not going to offer that up, so it's going to be ball 1. No, that's a no.
A little delay there.
As you can see, coming in their home whites, the old school unis, the cursive on it. That one's low. Moran stopped it so Keith wouldn't flinch.
I appreciate that.
Roncalli in the pullover blue with the white helmets. Red Sox. That's a rip into left field. That'll be a base hit. Nice job by Replogle getting down on one knee to stop it. But it is a 1-out single for Hansen, and that'll bring up Shetley.
That is the 3rd straight inning they've had a hit.
Shetley grounded out to second.
Pounding it a little bit.
Buckley tried to make the play at second, but muffed it on the throw, or muffed it picking it up to throw it, and ended up getting Shetley at first to end the inning.
Pugh does have a good move here, folks.
And there it was, as the wind picks up a little bit. A little overcast tonight. Runner on first, 1 out here, top of the third again. 4-0 Roncalli. Ooh, that looked like a good pitch. Called for ball 1, though. Shetley hitting .286 on the year. He's got a lone RBI. Looking to get his second.
Nice
There's a
pitch.
good pitch. Right on the outside corner. Evens the count at 1.
There you see the play at first base. Look how much he could take another step or two, I think, there.
You definitely want to try and stay out of the double play here. Oh, he's leaning. He was leaning. They had him leaning.
Coach told him to step back. Called timeout. Changed his mind.
Oh, yeah.
Coach saw that, too. That's nice.
How are your allergies doing, Keith?
I'm doing well.
Oh, all right.
How about you? You're fighting it, aren't you?
Pollen's a little high right now, but, I'll survive. Trying to adjust to the old new specs here with the itchy eyes, so.
I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've chosen well when you come home and your high school son says, "Oh, I'm getting those someday." Yeah. It's like, all right, cool, Dad. Great job, laced to second. Oh, tough play there by Buckley. Nobody out on that play, boy. A little in between hop there, and Buckley couldn't handle it. Looked like it was off the heel of his glove or his chest.
Also, the base umpire, had him screen a little bit. So when the base umpire moved, that got his vision a little bit. That's a tough play. That'd be a tough play.
Going to call that E4. Got to make that play. 2 runners on now and 1 out. Pugh's got to help himself here. Try and get another ground ball, but Corbin Fath is up. He singled and scored in the second. Ooh, high and inside for ball 1.
Corbin just looked at the umpire and go, my.
Well, it's funny because, they look, ooh, that almost got me. But, yeah, you're also almost standing on top of the plate as well.
They're right on the line.
Right on it. Nice off-speed pitch there by Pugh, evens the count at 1. Maybe that was a purpose pitch there to follow it up with the old curveball. You get that backside going in a different direction. There's not much they can do with it. And there it was, and he ripped it down the left field line for a foul, 1-2 the count.
Other games going on in the conference tonight as Brebeuf is hosting Chittard. Heritage Christian is going to Guerin Catholic. So other games going on in the conference.
Both these teams rooting for Heritage Christian tonight.
Oh, you bet they are.
Foul,
That's
fouled off
fouled
at
him
the
off
plate.
the foot.
It is a foul ball. Nice job by the umpire explaining it.
Yeah, if Heritage Christian could do the upset this week and beat Guerin twice, I think Chittard and Roncalli would really appreciate that. Covenant Christian needs a couple wins as well.
That would bring everybody right back to the pack.
Yep.
What do you do here for your Pew? It's 1-2. You've had a couple of foul balls. Do you try and bring in a heater, or you try and break off a off-speed pitch?
I think you go heat here.
Almost had him going. Nice pick there by Moran. Evens the count at 2. If you're Moran, kids, if you're the catcher right now, you have to do everything possible to keep that ball in front of you.
Need to be a hockey goalie right now.
Yes, you cannot let those runners advance. Speaking of hockey, a couple of game 7s tonight. Gotta love it. There it is. Is that going to be foul? Nice job by Raplogle to try and make a play on it.
Right by the picnic area. Nothing like Saturday afternoon baseball at Covenant Christian with the picnic area.
Oh, yeah.
All the food.
Oh, yeah.
The deviled eggs.
About 70 degrees. Dude, deviled eggs are gross, Keith.
No.
Ugh.
Deviled eggs, hamburger.
Hamburger? Yeah, I can deal with a hamburger.
A little bit of cheese. 5 Guys would be good right now.
Oh, yes, it would. I've heard a certain producer likes that restaurant.
Yeah.
Big pitch here. Got him to ground to third. Step on third. Can he get 2? The arm. Big play there. Nice pitch. 5-3 on the double play. The force out at third. And the throw to first by Brackett. They needed that desperately. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error, 2 left on base, 4-0 at the end of 2.5. We will come back for the bottom of the third, the Cornholm's third inning on Indiana SRN.
greater anti-poverty measure than to give a person a job. That helps them start to change that trajectory.
Morales Group is a full-service staffing company that provides temporary labor in the Indianapolis, Central Indiana market.
It was a challenge that was given by my father. He wanted me to give back much more than I had been. Then I realized that when he said more, he wanted me to see how I could give more. And it wasn't just in money, but in time and in services. And that's how the Morales Group was created.
I started off at Morales Group as an intern. I interned for 3 years before going on full-time staff here. What I love most about Morales Group is that big family aspect. I come from a big family in Mexico, and since the company is continuously growing, I feel like there's always a new member of the family that I get to know.
We're willing to give. We're willing to serve others, and we're not expecting something in return.
Come talk to us. We would love to work with you.
Back at Warrior Park, it is the bottom of the third where the Roncalli Rebels lead Covenant Christian 4-0 here in a Circle City Conference tilt and on the west side of Indianapolis. And what a game so far pitched by Max Lundy, Keith. Only giving up 2 hits, no runs. Couple of runs on the board for Roncalli in the first and second. Nice job there to get out of the third from Covenant without any runs, but they got to get some runs on the board themselves.
Yeah, you're right, Sean. You need a score here. We'll take a look at Covenant Christian Athletics for the girls softball program. Won Monday 5-4 against North Central. They are 8-3-1.
Wow.
So far this season. They are off until Thursday. They will play Bishop Chatard at Bishop Chatard on Thursday, 5:15 start. And then Saturday, the city tournament begins for them as they will play Indianapolis Cecina.
Nick Wilson up, fouled it straight back, and Keith didn't flinch because he was looking at his phone for the scores and not the game.
We'll take a look at Roncalli's girls softball program in just a second.
I think our producer might be a little chilly, Keith.
He's a little cold out there.
Well, nice curve ball there. Thought it might be a little bit low, but 0-2 now, the count on Wilson. This is April weather right here, especially in Indiana. If you don't like it, just wait a couple hours. It'll change. Nice breaking ball. That's going to get through the hole. Boy, seeing eye base hit there by Wilson. He couldn't have thrown it any better out there. Now there's a runner on, and going back to the top of the order, Brennan Moran coming to the plate. He grounded out to short in the first, but you got guys on base with the meat of your lineup coming up, and this is the chance you want now to really put a dent in this deficit if you're Covenant Christian. You already see Graham on the grass at third expecting a bunt. I'm not sure he's going to bunt, Keith.
No, I don't think they will.
That was a
token?
Yes. That was a, well, I'm going to throw over there, but I'm not trying to throw you out. I'm trying to keep you honest move. See what he does here. Low. That one broke off the table there, but a little too early as it's ball 1 to Moran.
The Lady Rebels beat Whiteland last night 13-5. They are at Heritage Christian tonight at 5:30.
You can see Graham now back behind the bag on the dirt since he believes Moran is not going to bunt. He does not, and he takes a strike. There's that outside corner again. Wide outside corner to these right-handed hitters.
How about this schedule for Roncalli's girls? They play tonight, tomorrow night, Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday. Welcome to softball in Indiana.
If you enjoy it, that's a great schedule. If you love playing, that's a good move. And boy, that's if Country Joe West was out there, he'd have called balk, especially if his last name would have been Burley. Joe West did not like Mark Burley.
He needs to retire.
Yeah. You better watch. You're gonna get fined.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. There it is again.
Saw a couple of Joe West highlights today, as I always do. Look at the bloopers of the early year.
I'll tell you what, though. I might go with Angel Hernandez being lower on the totem pole than Joe West. There was the bunt, and boy, couldn't quite get it down. 1-2 the count now on Moran. It's a thankless job being an umpire, Keith. You've been a referee. You know how that goes. You've been an umpire. You know, when you do your job well, nobody notices you, but when you make a mistake, everybody notices you. And everybody lets you know that they noticed you.
Everybody wants to follow you out to your car.
Uh-huh.
Got him.
Got him. What a good breaking ball there for the strikeout. One down now, and that'll bring up Jake Brackett, who grounded out to third in the first inning. You got to get the ball in play and get these runners around here if you're Covenant Christian.
I think you might want to go here.
Okay.
One out.
You can't go first move, though, or you might end up getting picked off. 4-0 Roncalli, bottom of the third. That one's a little too far outside. So we know he has a limit on the outside corner.
Good for you, Sean.
Well, you know.
You did that tackle.
I'm just calling it like it is.
I'm pretty proud of you.
That was on the outside part of the plate. Does Stroud have a shot? He's going back, and he makes the catch.
Yeah, he catched that ball. He sure did.
Over the top of his head. What a play by Max Stroud.
That 6'1" frame helps you there a little bit.
Boy, I tell you what. Alex Stroud, excuse me.
I tell you what.
Wow.
What a heads-up play.
He tagged up and went to second because they were just kind of lazily-dazily getting it back to the infield, and boy, Winell Wilson took advantage of it.
Coach Gossel just winked over here. Gotcha.
Nobody called timeout. Now you need Pugh to help himself here with an RBI base knock, but there's 2 outs. And there it is for strike one.
You know, sometimes things like that just get you kids fired up, and as the girls softball team is heading this way.
Wearing the gray jerseys.
They must have had practice today. The Warriors.
We'll see what Lundy does here. Lundy from the stretch, runner at second. First runner at second, I believe now. There was the doubles. That ripped down the first base line by Pugh, and now he's down 0-2.
Boy, he moved his hands. And timeout now, but he adjusted his hands during the delivery there.
Those hips flew open quick, and he yanked it way too far ahead.
Coach Crawl must have saw something to calm him down, or you don't want to give him that pitch again.
Did he flex or come up and flinch a little bit?
Yeah.
Did Lundy maybe tweak something? Or is this just a – all right. There's a pitch there. He's talking to Lundy.
Yep.
Great shot there from Riley.
Yep.
It's interesting how Lundy's almost all the way off the mound as the pitcher. Usually they're still on top of the bump.
Yep. Umpire comes out and get them. That's one thing high school does much better now, is that 45 seconds is 45 seconds. It's no longer a minute and a half as it used to be. They want to get it done.
All right, 0-2 the count.
Watch the off-speed pitcher.
Darian P. Oh, you know that's coming for sure. To the count, 2 outs. Runner on second base. Covenant looking to score their first run here in the bottom of the third. Way too far outside. 1-2 the count. Maybe they're just setting him up. Go outside with the heater, come back with the curveball.
You might want to see the pickoff at second base, too.
See what he does here. There was, got him. In the dirt, throw to first, and they got him. Another strikeout for Lundy. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. At the end of 3, it is 4-0. Roncalli over Covenant Christian, and we are headed to the the McIntyre Imaging 4th inning, Keith.
Trivia coming up.
Oh, ho, ho. Are you ready for the trivia?
I'm ready. We'll take a break.
Okay. Well, let's take a break.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Back at Warrior Park, now that we've got our hand signals down.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so, Keith, you're not the catcher calling the game. That's the producer. Okay,
bunt.
You are not shaking him off.
All right, whatever.
Whatever he has. We do want to thank Corn Homes for sponsoring the third inning. It is now the McIntyre Imaging fourth inning, 4-0. Speaking of fours, Roncalli in fourth inning can only mean one thing. Keith, it is the
trivia question.
Wow.
Hey,
Can you give me another color guy here? I don't know.
Steve's on vacation.
Okay, what is the trivia question, Keith?
Trivia question brought to you by our good friends at McIntyre Imaging.
Okay.
Here we go. What female pitcher once struck out Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig?
Wait a minute. You're getting on me for my question last week, and that's the one you bring up?
Yeah. Was it Constance Morgan, Kelly Whitmore, Mamie Johnson, or Jackie Mitchell?
Oh, my Lord. That pitch is down low to Nathan Graham.
I knew this answer. That's why I picked it.
Probably because you were live back then. So,
wow.
Graham had a sacrifice bunt in the second. That was a little up and inside, evens the count at 1.
So you want the question again? What female pitcher once struck out Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig? Constance Morgan, Christy Whitmore, Mamie Johnson, or Jackie Mitchell?
Mamie. Oh, Mamie. Sorry. Fouled it off. 1-2 the count on Graham, the third baseman.
Sean, I realize this is our second game for baseball, but I just have to speak up if you don't mind. I'd be happy to interview for the color position.
Okay. Sure. 2-2 the count as that pitch is low. You can probably come up with a better trivia question. For sure.
Rick, I need your help.
You made my trivia question look good from last week.
At least I got my hand signals down.
Oh, that is. Oh, it looked like they had 3 balls up there, but I didn't think he threw that many pitches.
Yep.
I know, I was just so enthralled by your trivia question that I missed a pitch. So it's down to first goes Graham with the walk, and that'll flip the lineup over to Brian Keeney, who is 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored.
I just thought it would be a lot of fun just to see if you knew.
Okay.
That's all.
Right.
I worked hard for that one.
Yeah, you looked for 5 minutes on your phone for it. From the stretch, that's way outside.
The other one was, where does Cincinnati play baseball? In
Cincinnati?
Yeah, there you go. See, you knew that one.
Yeah, I did.
That was an easy one. Jerry would have known that one.
Keeney's over 500 on the year. We get back to the game here. Got the breaking ball, gets by, and down to second goes Graham, and on the second wild pitch of the game for Peel.
I tell you this, though. Riley, our camera guy, he knows the answer.
All right. 2 walks for Pugh, 2 wild pitches, 7 hits.
He's Mr. Baseball.
No, that's Bob Uecker. Now you got a runner in scoring position. Heinen, he got the call there. Nice pitch.
Little high. Letter high.
2-1 the count. Keeney was looking in the spot, didn't get it, so he didn't offer. Still got bullets left, as the count's only 2-1 here. Low and outside. Oh, the runner goes down to third.
That was a delay still, Sean.
Yeah,
I don't think he really thought about doing it.
Nice base running there. By the way, if you know the answer to that, you can tweet it to @IndianSRN. Hashtag Aspen Creek Trivia. It's Aspen Creek Trivia, by the way.
That's right.
And if you get it right, Keith will give you $100.
No. But I will give you $30 gift card.
Oh, yeah. Down low and another walk as Keeney is on. Runners at first and third with nobody out. Speaking of Aspen Creek Grill, what's going to be there May 2nd, Keith?
Sports Zone.
The Sports Zone, yes. Weekly sports show to get you through the summer. Starting May 2nd, we'll start at Aspen Creek Grill. Come by, say hi, get some great food at Aspen Creek Grill.
We got a new host this year with the Sports Zone.
Bradford in on the grass at third. Pickoff play over to first.
Our old host was retired.
We put him out to pasture to produce.
So Sean will be taking the build this May, along with Steve and Brent.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Getting some stuff lined up here. Bunt, runner takes off. The ball gets behind right underneath Moran. And off to second goes Keeney. Stolen base. Now you got 2 runners in scoring position for Henry.
Tell you what, Henry is looking for a off-speed pitch so he can drive this ball.
He is. Outside pitch. Moran couldn't hold it, but it is a ball. That makes it 2-0. And, man, Pugh needs to make some big-time pitches here.
Yeah. If you can, you need to get him off the base path.
Nobody out. Runners at second and third. Already down 4 runs.
Ooh, high.
That one's high.
Seems like his release is a little bit higher than it was early innings. Might get a little tired here.
3-0. His pitch count is up.
He went 4 the last time we were here.
Henry's definitely probably taken here, and he didn't. He's got 3 straight walks for Pugh, and you got to wonder if Coach Gossel may get someone up.
Here comes the pitching coach, Chris Stevenson.
On the mound here is a little powwow.
Speaking of powwow shrimp at good old Aspen Creek Grill. Don't forget the show, 5:30, if you want to catch it live it's or on demand anytime on Indiana SRN. Go out there and support the guys in Aspen Creek Grill. We want to thank them for hosting the first Sports Zone of the season. We will go all the way through the summer.
Yes. Stroud coming up has 2 doubles with 3 RBIs, and the pond is full, Keith.
Yep.
There are many ducks out there ready to come quacking home here as the big boy Stroud, the first baseman, has cleared them every chance he's gotten. Hasn't scored, but he's knocked them all in. As you can see, the infield is in, trying to cut down that run at home plate.
Ooh, nice
breaking ball.
Wow.
That's a gutsy pitch after 3 straight walks. You're looking to go home to first here if you can get a good hard ground ball right at someone. There it is, and it is just foul, but it's 0-2. Another nice breaking ball there from Pugh. And boy, would he be even bigger here, would be a strikeout, Keith.
Yep.
That's what you want more than anything.
Get that momentum back.
Cole Beckman on deck. He's grounded out to short and struck out in his 2 plate appearances. So from the windup, though, is Pugh.
Pugh never left the mound. He was ready to go.
Got him looking. Huge strikeout for Pugh.
Got him on the inside corner.
Yeah, his second strikeout of the night, and that was a huge one. That'll bring up Beckman.
Thing is, he knew. Batter knew.
Yes, and now here's where you play the corners in to try and cut down the run at home, but the middle infield plays back because you want that double play to get out of the inning.
See, I don't like this, Sean. I think you still play in. I mean, I know you got one out, but I think you still play in.
Really?
You got to cut. Yeah, I think you cut off the run.
Well, if you get the double play here, though, you're out of the inning. As the shift comes on for Buckley.
Good point.
Ooh, nice pick by Morans. It's 2-0 now.
Is this the second round of the Stanley Cup or first?
First.
It's all first round.
And I'm telling you what, there have been
Some
a
good
ton
games.
of upsets.
And goodbye Tampa Bay.
Yeah. There's a trivia question for you. Oh, that's out into right field, and that's trouble because they're playing way off the line. That may clear them all as 1 run is in, 2 runs are in. Are they going to send him? They are not, but it's a 2 RBI double for Cole Beckman. Huge hit as Gramman and Keeney score, and it's 6-0 Roncalli.
And I think there was some mix-up between the pitcher and the catcher because Moran was going outside. That ball hit the inside corner, and he just drove the ball.
That is true, and that will bring up Troxel. He is walked and grounded back to Pugh. 6-0. Still one out. Runners at second and third. Caught the inside corner for strike one. You ready for this? Tampa Bay losing in the NHL playoffs. Did you know in all 4 major sports, the team that set or tied the regular season record did not win the championship that year? Ooh, that's high. Wow.
Did not know that.
Yes. Well, think about it. 2001 Mariners won 116 games. Did not win the World Series. The 2007 Patriots went 16-0 as that catches the inside corner.
The Giants beat them in the
That's
Super Bowl.
correct.
That's right. Here at Lucas Oil.
That was actually the one in Arizona.
Oh, is that right?
Yes. In the NBA, the 73-win Warriors lost to the Cavaliers. Boy, nice. Boy, he fought that one off. That was in on his hands.
Speaking of the NBA, let's talk about the NBA officials.
What about them?
Well, Houston down by, I believe, 19 going into the fourth quarter, wins by shooting 38 free throws in the fourth quarter.
Is that bad?
Oh, that's a lot of free throws.
I think you and Jerry could be better NBA officials than some of the NBA officials.
I think that was Jerry's wish. He wanted to be an NBA official. He decided to produce and be the CEO of Indiana SRN.
It's probably a better career move for him.
Yeah, I think so.
There's a wrap to short. Brackett coming home. Great play there. Got him. That's going to go 5-2 to get Henry for the second out. Beckman advances to third. 5-2 fielder's choice if you're scoring at home. Troxel is at first, and that'll bring up Tommy Hansen. He flew out to center field and singled in the third. The backhand play there by Beckett.
That's a nice
It's
play.
a tough throw. It's a better move to come home. Had a good strong throw there. Outside for ball one to Hansen.
Might see a steal here. Get him moving.
We'll see what he does here from the stretch. It's a big lead over at first. Inside, almost a back pick there from Moran, but 2-0 on Hansen as Troxel's leading off first there quite a bit.
Because if you're Roncalli, I think you're thinking 10.
Well,
it's 6.
It is 6. You're in the fourth. Got an inside corner there, 2-1 the count. Well, how do you like it where Russell Westbrook and Paul George have a horrible press conference after a win, and then they go out and shoot 13 for 42 and lose at home in Game 4? I didn't enjoy that at all.
Yeah.
There's a rip. That's going to get through the hole. That's going to get a run home. Is Troxel going to stay at second? He is.
They're going to throw it back.
That was a close play,
I tell you
actually.
what, a lot closer than it looked.
It is. Hansen with the single and the RBI.
Nice shot there, Riley. Good shot there.
Beckman scored. I'm telling you, the kid's good, man. That'll bring up Shetley. He grounded out to second in the first and got on base with an error in the third.
How do you like Stan over here? Stan does a nice job, too.
Stan's not bad. First and second, curveball a little high. He wanted to pull the trigger, as this is the 8th man to bat this inning for Roncalli, Keith. They have put 3 on the board. It's 7-0. There's a rip to third. Brackett's going to come up and just tag the bag, and that'll be the third out. That'll be 5 unassisted for the third out. But 3 more runs for Roncalli on 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on base. At the end of 3.5, it's 7-0 Roncalli. Come back on Indiana SRN.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
Mitchell,
Jackie Mitchell,
17 years old.
Your home and office make up a big part of your world. Sometimes trying to manage it all on your own can make you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. And when the weight of the world is on your shoulders, you need a strong back or two to come to your rescue and haul your stress away. You need the College Hunks. Whether it's time to clear some space for new memories, to reinvent the room around you, or to simply pack up and move into a fresh new beginning, you can count on the Hunks to bear your burden so you don't have to. Let us move you today.
7-0 here, bottom of the fourth at Warrior Park. Covenant Christian needs a big inning with a crooked number here to stick with Roncalli. It is the Indiana SRN Game of the Week. Thank you for joining us. I'm Sean Kroll along with Keith Myers. And Keith, I know people are just
dying
on the edge of their seats.
They are dying to get this answer.
Yes, to find out the answer to your trivia question.
What female pitcher once struck out Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig? Was it Constance Morgan, Kelly Whitmore, Mamie Johnson, or Jackie Mitchell? The answer was Jackie Mitchell. At 17 years old, pitched for the Double-A Chattanooga Lookouts, and once played the New York Yankees in an exhibition game. Struck out Chattanooga.
That's like a Lugati, I think.
Struck out Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig. Way to go, Jackie.
1-1 the count on Collins.
How about that?
If you got that right, good guess.
I hope you got the $30 gift certificate. We'll see if we got an answer.
1-1 the count. That's ripped. That is a shot. They going to run it down?
Oh, he caught it.
Did he catch that? Oh, my goodness. What a diving catch by Hansen. Wow. Collins smoked that. And what a job by Hansen to run that down in the gap.
That's incredible. That's a great play. That's a keeper.
Can we say it? Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that was fantastic. Blaine Bradford up now. He grounded out to short in the second.
Well, we didn't get any response, but we did say, someone did say, Steve McClure, that's too hard.
Outside from ball one.
Thanks, Steve, for helping me out.
Yeah. You guys got on my case for last week.
Man.
Wow. I had a story with mine and everything.
I know, it was sweet.
That one's going to catch the corner.
Steve McClure's my man. It is too hard. That's ridiculous. When you don't know those things offhand, you shouldn't be asking those questions. You don't need to look up trivia questions on Google.
Completely agree. I got a load of them up here in my head, Jerry. I just used the one last week because it was the story with my dad.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And I know Jackie. Jackie was a pretty good girl.
Okay. We can give people a second chance if they want a shot at it, since nobody offered it. 3-1 now, the count on Bradford.
You mean a double shot of trivia questions?
Yeah.
Hook, you want me to do another one?
No, I do not want you to give me another one.
Okay. Let's let the great wizard give us one.
No, I got one.
Okay.
I got one. Strike two.
Speaking of the great wizard, the fall is coming. Football season is coming.
It is.
And Jerry, look, Indiana SRN is going to be right on top of things, huh?
It is going to be exciting. Full count here. Lundy on. Brev fouled back. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, sure.
Trivia question.
Okay.
2016 Cubs at Reds. Player did something it's only done once before. 3 home runs and 2 doubles in the same game. Which Cubs player who happened to win MVP that year did it?
Mark Grace.
On the what? 2016?
Oh, 2016.
This isn't for you, Key. This is for the folks at home. At Indiana SRN, hashtag Aspen Creek Trivia. We can give it away as Brock Buckley comes to the plate. He struck out in the second.
Is the player still playing?
2016, he was the MVP. It was his second year in the league. There's another hint for you. How's that?
Okay, I got it.
Yep. They called it a full house. That's ripped. Is that going to drop in right field fair? Or did he catch that?
No.
That had to hurt.
That had to hurt. There's no padding out there.
No,
wow.
there is not. What a play by Henry. He went after that thing. He's probably going to have a couple of marks on the hip there.
Get it, boy. Get it, Ryan.
The temperature is lowering as we speak. It's at 55 now, but it feels cooler than that. 0-1 to count on Buckley. Setting up on the outside corner. A little too far outside, though.
What a great week for baseball, though, huh?
Yes.
Little rain tomorrow. Good Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
I just love coming to this field because
Oh,
it
yeah.
is just gorgeous. 1-1 to count. Boy, he had a pitch to hit there. Couldn't quite handle it. Fouled it off to the right side. 1-2 the count on Buckley.
Nice crowd on hand tonight.
What do you think? 200 people, Jerry? Probably?
200 toes.
That was a good one.
No, wait.
That was a good one.
I mean, we got people in the picnic area. Come on.
Keith would not play. Keith would never do well at the attendance game. They played it. Like Ron and Pat used to do?
Yeah.
The attendance game? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this Marty Brenneman's last year with
Yes.
the Reds?
Yes. Marty's retiring.
He needs to. Sorry.
I think this was 5-0 for
1-2.
him, isn't it?
Yeah, 75. That's ripped off to the right side. Boy, Buckley's getting some good swings. He just can't put it, quite straighten it out and put it in play. I think he started in 74, maybe?
Looking it up for. Yep, you're right. 42 years. 42 years.
How about that for a job? Calling baseball games for 42 years? Sign me up. Faked. Boy, nice job by Brock to hold up there. He evens the count at 2.
How long have you been with SRN? 10? Have you been with us 10 years? Almost 9?
I don't know. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Just keep coming back. That's says something, right?
It's the pay. I'm telling you.
Yes, that is absolutely it.
Got him.
Oh, wow. Caught him looking at outside corner again. And that's the second out. That'll bring up Alex Coleman. Buckley did not like that pitch.
That hit the inside corner. That was a pretty good pitch. He's been consistent with that pitch.
Hey, on that side, it's the outside corner.
Oh, was it the outside corner?
Yeah, it was.
Well, it was a pretty good pitch.
He's been calling
He's
it,
been
so
calling
he's been consistent.
Yeah.
That's all you can ask for. So they need a big 2-out hit from Coleman here to keep things alive. He's singled in the second as he takes off, does the runner, and he kind of fell a little bit, but Bradford steals second.
I noticed you got a haircut this week. Did you think you were going to be on camera today?
Well, you know, I needed to look good for Easter.
Okay. How was your Easter? Good?
It was fabulous. How was yours?
Mine was good. Up in Michigan. Spent some time up with the family up there.
Got some good Easter pictures of the family. They're all growing up, Keith.
Yeah,
Way
they
too
are.
fast. Want to know the count? Oh, he framed that. Mercy me. I love doing broadcasts with former officials and umpires. I really do. 1-1 the count here. That was a strike. You give that one to Keeney for sure. In the dirt, nice block. Folks, if you're watching, kids, if you're watching, what did he do first? Went to the knees, closed the wickets, made sure it didn't get through. That's what you have to do behind the dish. Keep it in front of you.
And you be a good coach.
Oh, well, thank you. Oh, he tried to frame it again. Didn't get the call, though. You can notice there where he catches it and then just quickly just pulls it over a couple inches to try and get that call.
Yeah, 1/1000.
Yeah, you got to help your pitcher out. You really do.
Hoping he was blinking.
Yes. That is true. Nope. That'll be a walk for Coleman. So now you got 2 runners on with 2 outs. That'll bring up Jack Hensley to the DH.
You know,
He
if you're
struck out.
You're Kevin. You need a run.
You need runs, multiple. He struck out on that. The second inning, he kept going outside, did Lundy, and Hensley kept offering. So he kept going, and Hensley went back to the dugout. See if he can do something here. 2 outs and 2 runners on. High and outside for ball 1.
He struck out on 3 outside corner pitches early in the game.
7-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. It is the McIntyre Imaging 4th inning. There's a rip right to the shortstop, over to second for the force out, 6-4, and that will retire the side. No runs on no hits, no errors, 2 left on base at the end of 4. 7-0 Roncalli. You're watching Indiana SRN.
If you find yourself confronted by unwanted pests in your home or office, then you need to contact the professionals at Kim Mountain Pest Control. We offer quality pest control solutions at an affordable price. We specialize in ants and termites. We're also available to handle a variety of other pests, including roaches, fleas, and flying insects, as well as rats and mice. Don't wait until pests cause severe damage to your home or property. Contact the team of experts at Kim Mountain Pest Control today.
Hopefully give me one. We're back. Oh, he left me hanging. It is 7-0 after 4 here on Indiana SRN. It is a new pitch. There's a new pitcher on the mound. It is Hensley for Covenant Christian. We'll see what kind of changes they make. We still see Coleman in right, and Pugh is probably going to be out in the field somewhere, unless he's going to take a seat. You see him out there, Keith?
Nope, don't see him.
Oh, is that in center field? Or is that Wilson?
That's 33.
Oh, Wilson moves to left, and Pugh is in center.
Okay.
So Wilson moves to left, Replogle is out, and Pugh is in center field now, as Hensley is now the pitcher. That'll close the book on Pugh after 4 innings. He gives up 7 runs on 9 hits. Not too good on the defensive end there behind him. They have 0 error. They have 1 error. I had a few more than that.
You had 2, didn't you?
Yeah. And leading off is Corbin Fath. He is 1 for 2 with the run scored. That's ripped as it's the first offering. Out of play to the right side. 0-1 the count. Trivia question. Full house for the Cubs in Cincinnati. 3 home runs, 2 doubles. Only one of 2 players ever to do it. In 2016, it was his 2nd year, and he was the National League MVP. Hashtag Aspen Creek Trivia fouled right there at the plate. At Indiana SRN, do we have any answers, Keith?
None.
None?
Not at this time.
None at this time. Well, we'll let it go here to the end of this inning, and then we'll give you the answer. But I'm telling you what, you can want that Aspen Creek gift certificate, man. That's worth gold.
$30.
Oh, up and inside.
I have an idea.
Yes, sir.
Why don't we ask Steve McClure to do a guest trivia question?
I'll have him give us a call.
I thought mine was like a softball lob. If you know baseball, and if you know me,
yeah, because you know it's a Cub.
It's my favorite one.
Steve McClure and
he'd have one with the Dodgers.
Yeah. Yep. Speaking of Steve McClure, him and his crew is heading to the softball semifinals.
Yes.
As he will anchor those 3 broadcasters and himself. Sean will be anchoring these baseball crews.
1 and 2 to count on Fath. Hensley. Chopper foul.
And we want to welcome John Brush, one of the new broadcasters on Indiana SRN. John will be calling one of those semifinals.
Did you know the very first Cy Young Award they gave out was to a Brooklyn Dodger?
Is that right?
Yes, it is. Don Newcomb. Oh, there goes Keith. Under the table. It's okay, Keith. You can come out.
Fine. Not a problem. I'm glad that fence is there.
I'm gonna go on record as guessing you never caught.
No, never.
That was my stuff. Right there.
Bracket.
To bracket. Up. Over to first. Good play by Collins at first to get the out.
Tagged him on the back shoulder, didn't he? Good
Throw
call.
was a little off, but Collins with the great play to tag him out. That'll be 1 up, 1 down.
I tell you what, I like the hustle by the catcher all the way down.
Yep. Gramman comes to the plate now. Sacrifice bunt in the 2nd. Walked and scored with the stolen base in the 4th. Hensley again now in for Pugh. Whoo-wee. That pitch was low for ball 1.
You know, at 55, there should be a limit. You know, once you get to 54 degrees, maybe the game should be over.
Wow.
pissed off. That's what I am.
Yeah, you're 2-0 the count.
I'm used to being in that studio.
We didn't need to ask Debbie to know that one.
No, she knows.
That's ripped into right field, but right at
him.
Coleman. They had him aligned perfectly. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Keeney, the top of the order. Guess what? He's been on base and scored all 3 times. Double in the first, single in the second, walk and a stolen base in the fourth. And there's 2 out, full house, 3 home runs, 2 doubles, 2016 in Cincinnati. That player, Chris Bryant.
There you go, Mr. Bryant.
KB, as we like to call him. Low for ball 1. You ready for this? His 4 years in a row. College Player of the Year, Minor League Player of the Year, National League Rookie of the Year, National League MVP 4 years in a row. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
He's been hurt lately. Right back at Hensley.
Look what I got.
1, 2, 3 inning. How about that? They needed it. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. End of 4.5. It's 7-0. Roncalli on Indiana SRN.
How does a good man become even better? By working out? Or by working his way up the corporate ladder? By changing his diet? Or by changing his style? By traveling the world? Or by staying perfectly still? For 300 years, we've helped good men become the best versions of themselves through a dedicated fraternity and by taking an oath to live a life of integrity, service, and brotherly love. Men who are as committed to each other and their families as they are to our noble cause. In the end, we don't just make men better, we make them Masons. Not just a man, a Mason.
It's the stretch here at Warrior Park. Since it's only a 7th inning game, we do it in the middle of the 5th, and Keith and I are standing up. Get a little blood flowing there as it gets a little cold.
Yep.
Lundy still on the mound for Roncalli, throwing a shutout. 7-9-0 for Roncalli, 0-3-1 for Covenant Christian. Covenant Christian has 9-1-2 coming to the plate here in the bottom of the 5th. Last time up is only a bat. Wilson singled. And then on the foul out to first base with a heads-up play, took second base, tagging up. Smart play by him. Wilson, the center fielder. Ooh, called strike for strike 1. You know Lundy wants nothing more than to pitch a shutout here,
yeah.
Keith. A complete game shutout if he can.
Coach would be. I think Coach was going to write him out a little bit here.
Well, yeah, he doesn't have a ton of pitches thrown, that's for sure. Great curveball.
Oh my goodness,
man, that was nasty. Just like that, it is 0-2.
Fastball here, up high.
I think he may go back to the breaking ball.
You think so?
I do. Or outside corner, a little too far outside. His delivery is just so fluid and smooth.
And, he's not that big of a player.
It looks like he's just tossing it up there, and it's got some juice to it, but his motion is just nice and steady. There it was. Foul. It's coming at you, Keith. Watch out. No, it's not.
No.
Can he get it? Can Stroud get it? No. Just barely out of play. That would have been a nice play.
He's got a pretty good stretch there.
Stroud, the right-handed hitter, left-handed thrower. You don't see that very often.
Nope.
One of the greatest players of all time was a right-handed hitter, left-handed thrower.
I had a player in Little League Baseball I coached when Jason Kerr played for me. His name was Randy Vanderbitter, and he got to do that.
Ricky Henderson. I loved Ricky Henderson.
He could steal some bases, too.
Oh, he was ridiculous.
Got him.
Right back. Tortoise. Is that a roof shot? Oh, that was close.
Got the grill.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, he's just trying to protect the kid. As it's still 1-2.
Good job.
Lundy now again from the windup. At the end, a nice play here by Graham and over to first.
How about that?
For the out. 5-3.
That's a tough play, folks.
That's a good at-bat. You know, he
Yep.
fought off some pitches. A good play by Graham at third. That's quality baseball. Back to the top of the order with Moran. He is 0 for 2. And, boy, Keith, the top of the lineup, did so much damage against Heritage Christian.
Yep.
But
they are
Lundy has shut them down.
Yeah. Brennan has had a strikeout.
Inside corner for strike one. And Lundy is just, as we like to call it, dealing, Keith. Some people may say filthy, but that was a good pitch, but just a bit outside.
Wind has died down a little bit.
It has. Boy, right at the plate. There's a huge gap in right center field, Keith.
Yeah.
And
right there.
Henry's playing very shallow in right field.
Well, the way he's throwing, though.
So is a left fielder. I mean, they both are.
They're setting him up pretty well.
They are. If he can get one over
second base, he could run forever.
Troxell's head, he could run for days in left field. No, fought that one off to the right side. I don't think Stroud's going to get that one. He won't. But look at how shallow Troxell's playing in left field, Keith.
Yep. You know, Heritage Christian did that last Tuesday. Burned him a couple of times.
They did burn him a couple of times, especially Pugh, who went opposite field. Oppo taco, as we like to say, right? Another terminology we learned last week. Low.
Don't forget these same two teams play tomorrow night. If you're a Roncalli Rebel, go out there and support the Rebels at home. Covenant Christian fans will definitely show up and watch another game of baseball.
Runs the count full, does Moran, as that pitch is high and outside. 7-9-0 for Roncalli. 0-3-1 for Covenant here.
Both of these teams do play on Saturday.
But both of these are probably their number ones throwing. That one may get through the hole. It does for a single. Another CNI single, but hey.
Fourth hit of the night for the Warriors as Jake Brackett comes up.
Usually in the first game of a series like this, you're going to throw your ace.
You throw one.
So
yep.
We'll see how the twos go tomorrow night. But Brackett comes up. He grounded out to third and popped up to first base.
As we have a pinch runner.
I believe
a courtesy runner.
That to me looks like a Gossel.
That's a 22. Ty Gossel.
There we go.
Ty 6'8", 240, tight end when he plays football.
Brackett now. There's one right over the second baseman's head. Is Gossel going to go to third? No, he's going to stay. But you got two runners on with one out here on the single by Brackett. Back-to-back hits. And they got something going with Pugh coming to the plate. He doubled in the first, struck out in the third. They got a shot here to put some numbers on the board. Let's see what they can do. Lefty versus lefty. Pugh does like to go opposite way. If he can get a hold of one over Troxell's head, that could be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That will score both runs for sure. Oh, my goodness. That's an outside strike. Eek. It was not only outside, but it was outside and low. So down in the counts, Pugh. They are not holding the runner on at first base. As curveball chop foul up the first base line, and now 0-2 on Pugh. I had a feeling he's going to come inside with that fastball, Keith, try and get him inside out it or strike out. We'll see what he does here from the stretch. Nope, it's low. Nice block by Keeney. 1-2 the count. Keeney's a good player.
Yes, he is.
Behind the dish and can swing the stick. Gotta like that. 1-2 again on Pugh. He started the game for Covenant Christian. Went 4 innings. Gave up all 7 runs. Hensley 1, 2, 3 in his first inning of work in the top of the 5th. Some runners out there, though, here in the bottom of the 5th. Down the third base line. Gramman goes to the bag for 1, but Pugh beats it out. So they'll get the force out at third on Moran. He is his second out. That is a fielder's choice. And so now 2 runners on, 2 outs. Cam Collins at the plate. He struck out and flied out. And we'll see what they can do here. Collins is a tall, lanky first baseman. Lundy, back pick, and they nailed him. They got Pugh. Oh, they called him safe. Oh, my goodness. They had him beat every day of the week and twice on Sunday. And he called him safe. And Coach Kroll out there, that one wasn't even close. Not sure what he's going to say on that one. What do you say if you're Coach Kroll in that situation?
Are you sure?
You totally missed that one. We'll let you have it since we're up 7 runs, but man, oh man. What a throw by Keeney to Stroud, and they had Pugh dead to rights, but Blue called him safe, so we play on. Collins gets another life. Had that been the 3rd out, Collins would have led off the next inning. Collins fouls one straight back here. And just like that, 0-2. Lundy trying to pitch out of a jam here, keep his shutout intact. Collins needs to fight off pitches. Nope, high and outside, 1-2 the count.
Got some scores for you. Rossville beating Taylor 11-1. That's a final. Muncie Burrs beat Muncie Central 3-1. Delta beat Wapahani. Wapahani ranked number 1 in 1-2A. Got beat 2-1 today.
That sounds like a good game. Runner at second going. Chop foul at the plate. That was an interesting move to send the runners, Keith.
Yep.
With 2 outs. More scores?
Yeah, looking down the stroke, trying to look for the Heritage Christian game. Park Tudor, Triton Central, scoreless at 3, at the end of 3. Night game tonight. Kokomo and McCutcheon, that's always a good rivalry.
1-2 the count on Collins. 2 outs, 2 runners on, 7-0. Roncalli here in the bottom of the 5th.
You been at that stadium up in Kokomo?
I've not.
Beautiful stadium.
Ooh, a little low. Evens the count at 2. I've been to the football stadium, not to the baseball.
The Lawrence Central Bears 1-0 over North Central early. Just started at first inning. Cecina Lutheran is scoreless at the end of 5.
Twos are wild, trying to throw to second. Runner is back.
How about this? Newcastle 7, Shenandoah 0 going into the 4th. Shelbyville East Central. Shelbyville leads 1-0. That's a final. A 1-hitter.
Wow.
Got it like that.
Very nice. Oh, we got timeout here. It's Coach Kroll going out to the mound. Is he going to make a pitching change? Middle of a hitter?
Second visit of the night.
It is?
Yes.
Yeah, I was confirming that it was. I wasn't asking, sorry. What happens if you make 2 visits in 1 inning, Keith?
He's got it. Fully.
You gotta go back to the bench and take a seat. Yes, you have to make a pitching change if you go out for the second visit in the same inning. Playing strategy here.
Let's talk about the Sports Zone coming up. And
yes.
Your first show May 2nd.
Aspen Creek Grill. We got a lot to talk about. We got NBA playoffs. We got track opening. We got all kinds of high school sports going on with the city tournament and baseball and softball, and we're efforting some guests.
Okay.
Yes, we are.
Be sure to tune in
or stop by Aspen Creek. Come by for dinner and some sports talk, and chat us up as you go in to sit down and have a nice meal at Aspen Creek Grill. 2-2 the count here. 2 outs. Right back at you. Runner at second was off again.
Look at that speed.
Looks just like his mom.
Praise the Lord.
And another pitch. That's out of play again. Collins, they got to get a bat here, fouling him off. Dad gets to that one before any of the players can.
Yep.
Good at bat here by Collins. Racking up a lot of pitches, but can he come through? Nope, out. Runner coming down the third, dead to rights. And that will end the inning. That's a caught stealing on Brackett there for the third out. Collins will lead off the 6th at the end of 5, 7-0. Roncalli over Covenant on Indiana SRN.
Thanks to Rick McIntyre and McIntyre Imaging for their support of Christian radio and sports. Their service is capturing moments in time and images that provide a record of the celebrations, blessings, and gifts the Lord has given. McIntyre Imaging Products gives their clients a snapshot of life for family and future generations. You may reach Rick and his staff at McIntyre Imaging at www.mcintyreimaging.com.
It is Indiana SRN. The game of the week, 7-0 Roncalli at the end of 5 here in this Circle City Conference matchup as we are headed to the Shin Technology 6th inning. Thanks to Aspen Creek Grill for sponsoring the 5th inning, and we'll be there for the Sports Zone starting on May 2nd every Thursday, 5:30 to 7.
Yep. 5:30. Hello.
As we are set and ready to go. I got to handle the microphone nicely if you want to be able to use it.
Someone shut off my microphone.
You can't just throw the headset down, man.
Joe Hansen just walks in. I think I got you on, Joe. Say hello. Yeah?
Hello.
Yeah, you are live. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's good to see you again.
You know, you did wrestling. We thought maybe you'd just do it in.
Do you want to introduce who
this
he
is Joe Hansen. He's the principal of Chittard High School. He is also a SRN sportscaster. He does wrestling.
And did you know that I have a son that plays on the Roncalli team?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so the starting center fielder, Tommy Hansen. So he
well,
goes
he plays
to
like his mom.
Yeah, he does. He's 2 for 3 tonight after a long slump. So
First pitch from Hensley is a strike. So you're the principal at Chittard.
I am.
And your son plays at Roncalli.
Circle City Conference all over me.
Wow. Yeah. And fouled off there by Henry, as Henry's had a nice night tonight.
Every day I wake up, I get your tweet, and it's inspiring. Your kids,
Thank you very much.
Kids got to love that as well.
They do. So, I started that when I was at St. Rock. I've only been at Bishop Chittard for 2 years, and I just say rise and shine, Trojans, and then I try to put some type of inspirational phrase on there to get the kids going.
Well, it inspires me. Thank you.
Well, the kids, is he gonna get it at third base? He does foul out. As a teacher, that's kind of cool because kids use social media, so you're kind of hitting them where they're at. Is that the purpose of it?
Well, I've always said that I'm really active on Twitter. I get tons of compliments from the Bishop Chatard community, and I do it for two reasons. Number one, to show the students what it's like to behave responsibly on social media.
There you go.
And number two, to get a glimpse at what's going on in our school.
Very nice. Alex Stroud got drilled. He'll go to first on the hit by pitch.
See, now I would have passed out there, Joe. I would have got hit. I would have asked for the medic.
You and me both.
Ambulance would have came, carted him off.
You did wrestling with us this year. A lot of great numbers. You got involved with Indiana SRN. People listening and other administrators are listening. You see the quality of this program. What's your take after being with, not now, behind the scenes and as an administrator?
No, I think that it's a valuable product that you bring to people, and it was a real honor for me to broadcast wrestling.
Ooh, that is laced, but the wind kind of died it down, and Coleman ran it down in the gap out there. A couple nice good gap plays, one by each squad. That was laced down to right field. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't. It's so pure high school sports. I don't care if it's football, if it's baseball, if it's wrestling. You come out here and you see this beautiful field and these two Circle City Conference teams going at it, and they're playing the game the right way and playing hard, and it's just great entertainment.
We have got us a pinch hitter. Max Harper is hitting for John Troxel. At least he wasn't hitting for Hanson.
That's right. I think Hanson's on deck.
That's what's important, right? Yeah, he singled him back-to-back innings there, got him an RBI.
He did, yeah.
Hensley now.
And he had a heck of a catch out there a couple innings ago.
Yes, he did.
How about this conference, though? You look at Guerin Catholic only has one loss. Roncalli, a couple of losses in this conference. This conference is going to come down to the last couple of weeks.
It will. And, Chatard's still in it. They split with Roncalli, so I think people were joking that I have a son on Roncalli. They won the first game, and then I'm the principal at Chatard. They won the second game. So
there you go.
Boy, you couldn't have done any better there.
Win-win, right?
Win-win.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, congratulations to Chatard, seed number 1 in the city tournament. I didn't know if you got
very
that.
Much.
That's
I did
pretty
not,
good.
Yeah.
Mike Harmon does a great job with those kids.
Mike Harmon's not bad.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
And they're doing it the right way. There's just a real, I think it's important to have a good clubhouse and those kids care for each other. Mitchell Ayers had his signing today. He's kind of the race right now. He signed with Indiana Wesleyan, so we had his signing ceremony today. A lot of good things going on with that baseball program.
We did the city tournament there a couple of years ago, and before the press box, and Mike came out with a little shade for us as it was about 92 degrees that day. And
he's
had
as
the
good
little
as they
thing
come,
for us,
man.
yeah.
He's as good as they come.
It was a good time.
Yep.
It's a beautiful field, too. That's a good – almost a back pick there.
Well, that's where all the city tournament was played last year because of the rain and the snow.
Yeah.
And I think it was last week they let Heritage Christian and Covenant maybe play
That's
on our
right.
field. Yeah.
Exactly. 1-0. 2-1 Covenant wins that ball game.
Good breaking ball there from Hensley.
He's coming through some heat too.
He's pitched well. I mean, had a 1-2-3 inning. He's had a couple of flyouts here. Got one guy on hit by pitch, but he's stopped the bleeding, which is what you want the bullpen to do. 2 outs here. 2-1 the count.
So you have 5 weeks of school left?
About that, yeah.
We're not counting at all. Bracket.
Got him.
5-3 will end the inning. Another good inning for Hensley. No runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left on base.
You could stay with us another half inning?
I can do that.
All right.
All right. At the end of 5.5, it's 7-0 Roncalli over Covenant Christian on Indiana SRN.
Boron Homes is proud to present Briar Creek. Beautifully landscaped and maintained, today's manufactured homes provide durable, state-of-the-art housing at prices you can afford. Enjoy the tax benefits of owning, including lower property taxes, combined with easy maintenance of renting. Briar Creek, it's truly unique. The only 55-plus manufactured home neighborhood in the Indianapolis area. Located just east of I-465 on Pendleton Pike, near Fort Harrison State Park. Visit Briar Creek today.
We are back at Warrior Park, 7-0 Roncalli going to the bottom of the 6th. It is all Max Lundy so far, looking for that shutout, Keith. It has been quite the performance by the lefty.
Hook, 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 fastball. That's all it was tonight.
And he's painted that outside corner.
Yep.
A little bit of Max Lundy trivia here. His dad actually played at Newcastle High School with Steve Alford, and he was a Division I pitcher. Troy Lundy pitched at Indiana University for 4 years. So Max is his son, lefty, that's going to Wabash next year. He's committed to go to Wabash.
Wow. That was a better trivia question than Keith had earlier. So.
Oh, no.
I think we have a new color man.
Well, Joe, thanks very much for taking my job again. Well, I'm hoping Chittard was going to be our client next year.
Did you know that there was a woman that struck out both Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig?
I had no idea.
See, neither did anybody else out there, because that was the trivia question Keith had. Collins up to the dish now.
What was her name?
Katie something.
No, Jackie.
Jackie, sorry.
Oh.
Shows you how much I remember. Oh, boy, that was off the end of the bat. That's got some curve to it. He's trying to see if it'll go fair. Didn't quite work it. Boy, that reminds me of, do you remember This Week in Baseball?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a
Mel
play
Allen.
in Seattle where there's a little chopper to third, and Lenny Randall gets on the turf and blows it foul. And they called it dead, said he couldn't do it. And I always remember seeing that play and just thinking, how do you think of that in that moment?
Right.
To blow it foul.
Any advantage you can have to get it out.
That's the beauty of baseball. Like, people are like, hey, it's slow. No, it's not. You're going to see something you've never seen before. Oh, that's a nice pitch.
Let's
right
talk
there.
a little bit about the city tournament as Joe Hansen joins us. Should be wide open. The top 4 seeds, pretty good seeds, but the bottom bracket could be tough.
Yeah. I don't know a lot about the seeds. Again, that was news to me that we're the number 1 seed, but we've got some pretty good depth at pitching. And our Michigan commit, Pat Mastrian, he hasn't even pitched an inning this year. He had some bone chips, and he's been playing first base, but hitting the ball really well. And they're getting people to step up and do great things.
Well, 1 seed is Chittard, 2 seed is Cathedral, 3 seeds Ritter, 4 seed is this Covenant Christian Ball Club, Cecina 5, and Heritage Christian 6. And Heron's playing very well. It's got a couple wins on.
Surprised that Cecina's at a 5.
Ripped right to the shortstop. Beckman for the out.
Mac Ayers playing very well. Hit the ball well last night. Only has pitched 5 times, but he's 5-0 when he does pitch.
Ball State commit. He's tough.
Yeah.
But if you're going to Michigan, you can play. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. Well, Sean and I saw him play a regional game that was out of the world.
You're talking about Patrick Mastrian.
Yeah.
And in that series with Roncalli, when they split, he went 0 for 7. So I think Norman was pretty happy at that. Not that he went 0-7, but that other guys stepped up and were able to keep both those games close and win one of them.
Take the place, yeah. Blaine Bradford at the plate. He is 0 for 1. He walked and stole a base in the 4th. It is 7-0. Still Roncalli. Here in the bottom of the 6th. That one's off the end of the bat. Is that going to find some green? Oh, boy, just missed by Fath, and that will be a base knock. That's a tough play. Bradford gets.
That hit right off the end of the bat.
It did, yeah. That'll bring up Brock Buckley, and he's had a frustrating evening. He struck out swinging and struck out looking.
Let's talk a little bit about softball too, Joe. Your team is your ball club's playing very well too at Chittard.
Yeah, they just went down to Tennessee a couple weeks ago, and I think it was a real tough road trip for them. They faced some real challenging opponents, but they've come back and they're playing some good softball. Carrie Lynch, who actually, she's splitting her time at 2 different schools too. She's a Cardinal Ritter teacher and coaches Chittard softball.
That's interesting. Now, for a while, I taught at Fishers High School, and we had a teacher that taught at Fishers but coached football at Hamilton Southeastern.
Ooh.
Yeah.
A little too close.
Yeah, exactly. Outside strike.
Friday nights were a little bit different at his
Yes,
house.
they were. But now I am a Royal, so.
Yeah, we're praying for you, Sean.
Oh, no. You don't need to anymore. Oh, he's off with the pitch. Nice curveball. Oh, he didn't get the call, and Keeney can't pull the trigger. So it's going to be a stolen base.
I think he left the catcher's box a little early, Sean. That's why that's a ball.
That looked like a good pitch there. So it's 2-1 now. on Buckley. As the sun is setting and the temps are dropping.
Now, I know you guys broadcast a lot with Covenant Christian. I grew up on the west side in Speedway, and I had no idea that this field existed.
Isn't this a beautiful stadium?
A field of dreams right here.
Yep.
We were when we were here last week. It was 10 years.
Yes.
Since they had opened it up.
15
years.
year.
Sorry, 15th year that they had christened it. And boy, Andy does a fantastic job with this diamond.
I follow him on Twitter, and the attention to detail from the letter behind the batter's box to the visiting team's logo in the bullpen.
That's awesome.
It is.
He's done that for every conference game they played this year. So
Class act.
Last year he did a little logo for the Indiana SRN game of the week, which was pretty nice.
Runners off.
Boy, he took off quick.
Strike out. Throw him out. And that will end the inning.
Wow.
Keeney throws him out. No damage done. We'll go to the top of the 7th, the last inning. Speaking of 7, Roncalli leads 7-0.
Craving comfort fresh food made from scratch daily? Check out Aspen Creek Grill. Located across from Hamilton Town Center and beside the Holiday Inn, we offer family farm-raised premium Black Agnes steaks hand-cut daily, creamy pastas, salmon chicken, and fall-off-the-bone ribs. Start with our famous powwow shrimp appetizer, and don't miss our refreshing drinks. Family-friendly or a great night out with friends. Aspen Creek Grill. Aspen Creek Grill, Noblesville. Call 317-559-3300.
We head to the 7th, and we only play 7 in high school baseball. So this is it, and 7-0 is the score. Roncalli leads Covenant Christian in this Circle City Conference matchup. First of 2, second at Roncalli tomorrow night. I'm Sean Crawl along with Keith Myers, and joining us again, Joe Hansen, the principal, Bishop Chatard High School. And looking forward to football season?
Definitely, yeah. Yeah. I think Evansville Memorial might have bumped up, so I think we've
That's
got
a good
really
thing.
good chance of winning state this year. You know? We're not trying to counter chickens before they're hatched. But
well, if we have to go back down to Evansville, we'll be cheered on to blue. How about that?
It doesn't hurt that Michael Lindauer is now on to college.
Right.
So
now he's doing damage in baseball right now.
Yes,
so, yeah.
he is. He's got quite the heater on the mound.
He does.
I'll tell you what, Indiana, we've talked about it, some buddies and I that broadcast in SRN. Indiana in general, in high school athletics, the talent that comes through in football, basketball, and baseball is tremendous. Very underrated state, I think.
And I tell you what, as a Roncalli parent, last year watching Nick Schnell, who was drafted, I think, 32nd by the Tampa Bay Rays, play, and we saw all kinds. I mean, at a game like this, you would see 15 scouts there, something else.
The kids are faster, the weight room, and now it's a class in most schools, which has made a big difference.
Principal hat's now off. Dad hat is now on.
Right now.
He's starting to get a little antsy. I understand that. Hensley is, it almost got him. That's the one thing I'll never understand about high school and college kids. They stand so close to the plate and are completely unafraid of getting drilled, which is something Keith could not handle. Nice curveball there by Hensley. 1-1 the count.
I got hit in the head a lot when I played Little League Baseball. That's my problem.
Hensley from the windup. Oh, I thought that one just bounced off the catcher. I thought that one might have got the old elbow there.
I thought it might have.
Where's he going to go to school?
He's going to Wabash next year. So I've got a son that's a freshman there and wrestles, and then Tommy's going to go there and play baseball next year.
Very nice. The Little Giants. 3-1 the count.
See if Tommy sits fastball here.
Yeah, you got to look for you got your zone, your hot spot. You're looking for a fastball right there. If not, you let it go. You let it go, and you get on base. Walk. So he is 2 for 3, 2 singles and a base on balls, and that'll bring up Will Shetley. The DH needs to work on some higher socks there.
Or lower pants.
Yeah, or lower pants. Yeah, notice the entire team goes with the high cuffs there. I like the uniformity of it, no pun intended.
There's been some growing pains. Those kids have been fidgeting with their socks those first couple games of the season, but they get a lot of compliments on how they look.
and the contrast of the blue jersey and the
look
red
at Coach.
socks.
Coach sets the good example by setting up those high knickers.
Whew. Did you just say knickers?
Knickers, baby. That's
Keith,
what we used to call them.
This isn't golf, Keith.
You know, when I played for Hal, we had woolies.
Oh, nice.
Let me tell you.
I think Payne Stewart's out there the way you're talking.
No, Payne's up in heaven playing golf.
1-0 the count. Downstairs and outside from Hensley, 2-0.
And the last time we talked, Tiger played pretty well, didn't he?
I think he did. I think the rating, you know, when you're on in the morning and you double the NBA playoff ratings that night, I think that's a big deal. A nice curveball there.
He's got a nice curveball. Really nice. It kind of drops in there.
How about CBS making that move to do an early morning start for the Masters?
It was a smart move with the weather that was coming. And playing in threesomes, too. Hensley steps off. You know, if you want to talk about...
Yeah, Covenant Christian does it right. I'm really pleased that I'm able to see. This is the first time I've been out here.
Really?
Just love everything about this field.
So we were talking about it earlier. Is a great baseball conference. A lot of great teams in this conference. Strong. And back-to-back walks from Hanson and Shetley, and that'll bring up Fath.
You know, Heritage is struggling a little bit this year baseball-wise, but if one of those years all those teams are going to be right on, and that's going to be really tough to win that conference. A lot of people think this is the best conference in Metro Indiana by far.
It's a strong conference, you know, and Guerin, I saw the 3A rankings. I think they're in the top 6, maybe 6th or 5th.
One of the best teams we've seen this year.
Heritage was 5th until Covenant swept them, and Covenant's underrated. There's a little bunt. Back to Hensley. He's going to go to first for the out. Nice sacrifice bunt there.
And, you know, you look from top to bottom, very well basketball balance. Heritage Christian and Babuff fought for a championship. You know, baseball, football, those two schools don't play in that same conference. They play in the conference but don't play each other or play anybody but Guerin plays Heritage. I think that's a smart move right now as both of those schools are pretty small.
Grammon's up with 2 guys on.
Looking at your football schedule, you're going to have a beefy little schedule next year.
Yeah. It'll be nice to have that second year of home games.
At home?
At home, yeah.
Playing
we'll have Roncalli at home. Yeah, I think 1.
Okay.
But back to the conference, you know, I'm a second-year principal at Bishop Chatard, and we have quarterly principal AD meetings, and you know, from top to bottom, it's just fantastic people, good people in this conference.
Yeah, Mike Ford, Mike Harmon. You know, we're gonna miss Michelle York.
Yeah,
Heritage
I heard
Christian.
she's retired. Yeah, we're moving to Tennessee for a new job.
Yeah, Dave Lauk, fantastic guy. You know, Gossel, and we also lost Matt Lane, Guerin Catholic, moving down to Florida. He's a great guy too, and Ted Hampton.
Yeah,
the spiritual aspect of the conference is very important as well, and you got to like that as a parent, sending your kid to some schools that you should pick.
You know, just great sportsmanship too, and mutual respect between the schools. You know, even though Covenant Christian and Roncalli and Chatard are different denominations, they still, you know, are on the same page when it comes to how you coach your kids, how you raise your kids, how you cheer. You know, just the values that you have.
Yep.
I love that from the very start. The mission they had to be about sportsmanship and unity, and that's something that you see a lot nowadays that really isn't as high on the priority list as it should be.
And thanks for Indiana SRN for always supporting the Circle City Conference too.
Bases loaded here, 1 out.
Oh,
right up to left field. Nope, it's going to be a play at the plate here.
Boom, boom.
And good throw. Oh, my goodness, almost got him. But sack fly for Keeney. He'll get another RBI. As
he missed the base the first time.
I don't think he did.
Oh, did he get it?
I don't know if the ump did. Yeah.
Signal safe.
That was an interesting play. Sack fly there.
The speed of his mother helped him there.
That's 2 outs. Runners advance. Another RBI for Keeney there.
I told Keith that being able to do the play-by-play or the color for the wrestling was a bucket list dream come true, to be able to announce at one of my son's games. That's another bucket list item. Thank you guys for inviting me in this
telling you what,
booth tonight.
This right here is my bucket list. This looks like a pitch hitter here, Keith.
Yep.
It is August Endress.
Junior.
He's hitting for Ryan Henry. Now, my bucket list would maybe involve some minor league baseball, or maybe, a team that plays up in Wrigley. But I'll take what I can get when it comes to baseball, because this is my sport. Ooh, broke off a curveball just a little outside.
Joe thinks his wrestling debut was just one-hit wonder. No, we got lots of things for him to do next year.
It was a treat last week getting to broadcast on my dad's homecoming day. I know he was listening for sure, as that's a strike there, 1-2.
Doing the semifinals of baseball and softball in May 3rd. So we'll be 4 radio stations going at the same day.
That's impressive.
Oh, that's going to be a tough play for Brackett. Beats it out. Gets an RBI, does Endress, in his AB. Single.
I think that's an insurance run, right? 8-0 now? 9-0?
I believe it's 9-0, yeah. And the big boy coming to the dish, Alex Stroud.
With this win with Roncalli, this will niche them a little bit closer and be, a game out of first place of the conference?
Who's in first right now?
Garen.
Garen is, okay. No losses.
This will take Roncalli to 4-1 in the conference, 9-3 overall.
Anxious to see how Chittard does against Brebeuf tonight. Too.
Yeah. Brebeuf throwing their ace. That's at Brebeuf, is that correct?
I'll tell you what, they had 2 great pitchers when we faced him, when Roncalli did,
They threw.
Watch out there, Coach.
Who's the freshman hurler that there's a real tough freshman Brebeuf has right now?
Yeah, I don't know his name, but I hear he's playing very, very well. And then they throw the junior.
Yeah.
By the way, just so your Coach Kroll and I are different. We're not related. Different spellings. Just want to make sure everybody was aware of that.
Well, you called him your brother in the 3rd inning.
He's better looking than my brother. I hope my brother's not listening now. But.
No, he's watching.
Yeah. 1-1 the count on Stroud. Couple of doubles, hit by pitch and a strikeout in his 4 at-bats.
How about that?
That wasn't bad,
I
Keith.
stayed right there, didn't I?
And there they raced for the baseball.
Well, that's nothing else to do at 9-0. Chewing gum, burn somebody's shoe,
That is, a little hot foot there.
Yep.
We never did that.
Guys, is there a fence up against the bushes in center field?
Yes, sir.
Down the third baseline, that gets in fair territory. That's going to drive 1 home. Play to third. And it's a double, 3-double night for Stroud. All kinds of RBIs for the young man.
Yeah, the ivory's really nice. Look.
Oops, wrong one there. 4 RBIs for Stroud on the evening, and that'll bring up Beckman. And it's 10-0. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Thank you again for joining us in the NSRN Game of the Week. Chopper, that's going to be a tough play. Can you make it? Buckley can't make the play, and that's another run for the Rebels.
We talked about the athletic program of the conference. The academics of the program of all these schools are high, as they are all A schools. Why don't you explain a little bit about that academics, and not only at Chittard but all those other schools? Got to be pretty impressive, the grade point average and where those kids go to school.
I think it comes down to, all of these schools are a lot lower paying than their public school counterparts. So we have a lot of teachers that are in there, and they have a passion for what they're doing. They believe in faith-based education, and they really give themselves fully to the students. And I think that's what the difference is. Now, that's not a knock on our public school counterparts. I spent time in IPS in Washington Township. I'm a product of public schools, but there's just something unique about the mission of our faith-based schools.
And the dedication, the hard work of those teachers.
Without a doubt, yeah. Always said the best teachers look at it not as a job, but as a way of life. And a lot of teachers at Covenant and Brebeuf and Chittard and Roncalli, they look at it as a way of life.
It's almost like a mission statement, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Yep. It's definitely a mission field out there to teach our young men and women the proper way to act, the proper way to do all those things.
I always like to say when people ask me what I make as a teacher, I say I make a difference.
You make a difference.
That's what I make. As getting a little out of hand here, 12-0. As I believe they've batted around, and we see a familiar face up at the plate.
The umpire got timeout.
Umpire's got dinner reservations. He's like, let's go.
I'm going to Aspen Creek Grill.
Those first 4 innings were fast, too.
They were, yeah. Even though there were runs scored, they were fast. Nice stop by Moran. And this is a case too here where, people are like, why is Hensley still pitching? You got a game tomorrow night. You got a guy that needs to eat some innings. And sorry, Hensley, you just got to be the one to keep going out there and throwing it up there and, just get us out of this so we can save some arms for the rest of the week. And that can't be fun. But
it's this time of year, you're not only playing tonight, you're playing tomorrow night. You probably get the night off Thursday, and then you have to play Friday and a doubleheader Saturday.
So you just need to, throw it up there, and we can't waste a bunch of arms in this game that we know is already kind of over.
Got him. Oop, 2.
Curveball, strike 2.
They'll turn on the lights here in a minute, Joe.
Yeah. Everybody get your cell phones out.
Yes, sir.
That's the way it's going to be. 12-11-0 for Roncalli, 0-8-0-6-1. And that one did hit him. And that will load the bases back up. 2 at-bats in the inning.
You heard
a walk and a hit by pitch.
I think Jerry's might be a little cold.
He's got like 18 layers on. He's cold. It's a sweater, a fleece quarter zip, and a coat. Shetley again. He walked and scored earlier. Now it's a pinch hitter. And that's laced into center field. And tough play.
Nice catch.
And
wow.
he made the catch.
Wow.
Pew with the catch to end the inning. But a big inning for the Rebels. 5 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We'll be back for the final half inning on Indiana SRN. It is the bottom of the 7th, last chance for Covenant Christian, and they got some work to do. It is 12-0 Roncalli, and Lundy is no longer on the mound. It is number 14, John Troxel, in to finish it out for the Rebels.
Sophomore.
Lundy went 6 innings, 6 hits, no runs. I've got him for, I need to flip it over here, see if we can count some strikeouts we got going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts on the evening. Only 1 walk.
Wow.
Gave up 6 hits. Great outing.
Stayed on task to what he was doing all year long.
Yes. For Lundy, is again, we learned his dad pitched in the minor leagues.
Also played for IU.
IU. That's a shame, isn't it? No.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. University of Illinois. You notice that bright orange shirt, right?
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's
beautiful.
You know, on the color wheel, navy and orange are absolute complementary colors. So here we go. It's Alex Coleman, 789 for Covenant, as Coleman takes down low for a ball. It is.
Oh, man.
Sports Zone 7th inning here, as it's 2-0 now on Coleman. Sports Zone, May 2nd, Aspen Creek Grill. We will be all over Central Indiana on the remote for the Sports Zone. Myself, the Silver Fox, and Brent Young, as that pitch is a strike. Bringing you all that is sports in Indiana and in the nation.
Every Thursday.
Yes.
During the summer.
5:30 to 7. Come in, say hi, swing and strike there, have some powwow shrimp. Talk some sports with us.
That's week 1.
Yeah.
Long week. You got, what, 14 weeks, I think?
I believe so. We'll be at KOA. We'll be some other places. We'll have some fun talking sports. On the Sports Zone. Full count now.
Got him.
Got him looking.
Can't turn your head on that curveball.
No, you cannot. And that'll bring up a pinch hitter. That is Trey Replogle. He is re-entering. Started in left field.
Is it 54? 54.
54. I'm sure my father-in-law is not happy about that, having since returned from Fort Myers, Florida from the winter. He's probably like, why did I come back again? Want to know the count on Replogle? That one is a strike. When is our next game, Keith? Our next baseball game?
The radio broadcast of the semifinals of the city will be May 4th. That is a Friday. May 3rd. So check that. May 3rd. It's a Friday night. 5 o'clock softball starts. 5:30 baseball starts. Sean will be in a booth along with Chris Simmons, John Brush, and myself on the other baseball. Softball, we got Steve McClure and Sean Stewart, and Brent Young and Daniel McMasters.
Just hope you're okay, Dan. We saw you had a little automobile accident. Nice to know you didn't get hurt.
Talked to him today.
Good, good.
14, 15 stitches, a black eye, and little sore ribs.
Another strikeout looking.
Got in a little tussle last night.
God is good, kept him safe.
He said he didn't have his seat out on, he'd be done.
Wow.
Yeah, God is good. Also, best wishes out to everyone else out there who's not feeling well today. I know that a couple people have sent out some email prayers for us, and we've been keeping you in breast of that. So,
Nick Wilson here, is he swinging strike? 0-1 the count.
And nice job again on Riley. You know, we don't give Riley all that many props, but I tell you what, he's done a nice job tonight.
He's tremendous. Tremendous for sure.
He's got definitely a career in this. He'll be vice president of this company before he gets graduated high school.
He'll be vice president of ESPN before you know it. Good pitch there, but outside. $12-0.
Riley smiling, shaking his head, going, I don't know if I'm going to do sports. I tell you what, though, if you go back to our replays of the games, because we're on YouTube, check out some of our stuff. I tell you, Riley's done a great job all year long.
Yeah, for those city softball and baseball games, you know, IndianaSRN.org, bottom left-hand corner, quick links. Pick the one you want to watch or listen to. Fire it up, and we'll be ready for you.
Yep. City Finals, May 10th, Friday night, 6 o'clock start the Vic.
At Victory Field.
You know, Keith, as we come to the end of our school year and our broadcast year, because we go on this calendar year of the schools, you know, we had more than 354 broadcasts. we have 1.2 million viewers and listeners in the last 12 rolling months.
Wow.
It's just phenomenal what's happened. And when I start seeing what's happening for the fall and next school year, I just couldn't think that we could be in this kind of position. And it's all because of God and all because of the our sportscasters who really help us out and give us the professionalism that that isn't really seen all the time in high school sports.
Well, there it is, a fly out to left field to end it. Your final score here, 12, 11, and 0 for Roncalli, 6 and 1 for Covenant Christian. Covenant Christian moves to 5 and 7 on the year, 3 and 4 in the conference. Roncalli moves to 9 and 3 on the season, 4 and 1 in the conference, and they anxiously await the results of Chittard and Guerin Catholic. Any last thoughts, Keese, on this dominant performance by Roncalli?
Roncalli is a team in 4A that you got to watch. Might be somebody you want to circle for the state tournament in the Vic. They'll have a long way to go yet. Covenant Christian, just couldn't get things going tonight, and that happens. And tomorrow, they lace them up and do it again, and who knows how the result will be tomorrow night.
Well, luckily for Covenant, they don't have to face Max Lindy again.
That's
he was
true.
fabulous tonight. 6 innings pitched, no runs, just 6 hits, and fabulous job for him. So for Riley, for Jerry, for Keith Myers, I am Sean Crawl. Thank you so much for joining us for the Indiana SRN Game of the Week. Once again, your final from Warrior Park, Roncalli 12, Covenant Christian nothing. Thank you for joining us. Have a good evening.